Okay. Hey, what's up, guys? The Explorer of Horror here, the Horror Boy, and today we're going to be getting to another stream and finally having the Pajama Pants player himself, the Cemetery Man, Grande's Graveyard John Grande here. What's up, my man? How you doing?
Oh yeah, we are on the Horror Boys channel, ladies and gentlemen. It's about to be litty titty. Dude, thank you so much for having me on. I'm fucking stoked right now. This is gonna be a lot of fun. Talk about horror movies of the decade and horror movies that will come in the next decade. And man, I'm stoked, man. This is Grande's grave. This is the crossover. This is
Yeah.
Grande's graveyard going to Murphy's mortuary right here, man.
I love that. Thank you so much.
Dude, I would love that. Like, if that became famous, like Murph, and I get like 5% of the money you
Oh,
make.
yeah,
Like,
you get that. You get it. I'd be like
oh,
double feature here. It's like a double feature. Grande's Graveyard, Murphy's Mortuary, the double feature of terror.
dude, that would be an excellent double feature, man. Could you imagine that shit? Like, we would. Oh my god, we would be lit.
We're kicking ass out there in the
We
You're getting
kicking
them
ass and
DVD
taking
shows.
names in the evening.
The jabroni pie eating, eyebrow raising.
Fast as a bull, strong as a buck. The greatest thing to hit Toronto because the Maple Leafs suck. Ah! The Rock, dude. The Rock is iconic, man.
Oh yeah, he's a fucking legend, dude. So is Stone Cold, man. I kind of miss like those kind of big stars in wrestling, man. We just don't got them anymore. Maybe
Yeah,
got a
like
handful.
yeah, there's a handful, but they're always booked poorly. So like I don't know, but I don't know. I love me some old school Rock and old school Stone Cold, and I don't know, man. That shit's just it never gets old. Because they were so talented, they didn't even have to like give a script or anything. They just go out there and entertain you, and that was the difference. And they were cool, you know. There was something about them that were cooler than the guys are now. The guys now, you could tell they're fucking nerds that do CrossFit and shit. Like I don't know. I don't really like it. Oh, Ryan's not my buddy Ryan's watching. What's up, motherfuckers? What's up,
What's
motherfucker?
up? What's up, Ryan? How you
What's
doing?
up, Dudley
Figured
boys?
out.
What's up?
What's up? How you doing, cuz?
Hit
We
him
were
with
just
the
talking about
3D.
oh shit, through the fucking table. Chokes on the fucking table.
Get the tables.
Maybe chokes on the people through tables at 60 years old, boy.
Bro, they probably fucking will be. Like, I love Devon though. Devon's fucking hilarious, man. You ever see Devon oversell shit? Like, you will laugh your ass off. Like, you know, he takes a bump. He'll do this thing with his leg where he'll fucking just starts kicking his leg. Bro, you'll crack the fuck up laughing.
And Clashy's here saying, "What up, dudes? What up, my man, Clashy? Clashy, you look familiar. I don't know why. I've seen you on the stream before. Remind me, what's your name, man? You look familiar. I can't put my finger on it. But what's up, dude?
Clashy Royale, my guy.
What is up?" And me and John were just talking real quick about the Black Christmas remake that I think came out tonight, didn't it? Did like air tonight?
Yeah,
Right?
it came out tonight, and to rave rants, ladies and gentlemen, it has a fucking 2.9 on IMDb. That is lower than Troll 2. That's like on disaster movie level, man. That movie must suck so badly. I'm so happy that people don't like it because I saw the trailer of that shit and I nearly fucking I had to pull the car over. I was so fucking mad. Oh, my man Ridley's in the room.
What's up, Play Ridley? How you doing tonight, man? Trying a new feature out. Actually, believe it or not, guys, I was just fucking around with the chat earlier, and this popped up. I'm like, oh shit! So new feature.
The comment of the evening. That is so cool though that you figured that out, man. But dude, what do you think? Are you happy Black Christmas remake is already fucking bad?
Dude, I really am. I don't think there was nearly a necessary reason for that remake. And plus, all the reasons that this is a fucking silly idea for a remake. It's just, I'm glad, man, because I'm just tired of these remakes and reboots and prequels and prequel remakes and prequels. Like, they're doing combos now, like sequel, prequel type shit. I'm like, dude, just stop all this. Let's make original content, you know?
I'd be all for that, dude. I don't know. Like, of all things to bring back, why fucking Black Christmas and why I don't know. It just made no sense. Playing OG Sonic. Oh man, you playing Sega Sonic? Is that what you mean?
He's getting
Sega.
You getting prepped for the movie, man? That movie's coming out pretty soon, huh?
Oh my god, I can't wait, dude! You'll actually this is a total fucking coincidence, everybody. This is I don't know unless Ridley can read my mind. I've got I've got fucking uh Sonic the
Oh
Hedgehog
shit!
socks on.
Oh shit! You psychic, freaking Ridley's a psychic, dude.
Ridley knew what I was wearing, dude. I'm a Sonic mark, dude. I can't wait for that fucking movie. As bad as it originally looked, I don't know. Jim Carrey as Eggman is going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, dude, I can't wait to see it. Besides that, though, how you been? How's your week been going? You been into anything lately? I seen that you had seen a couple of movies recently, which I was very jealous about. I was like, damn, John got to see those really awesome movies in the theater. I believe it was Black Christmas and Silent Night, right?
Dude, yeah, I saw Black Christmas and Silent Night, Deadly Night back to back double feature 35 millimeter last Saturday. My good buddy Connor, we had an absolute goddamn ball. It was really it's funny because like the original Black Christmas is definitely a serious tone, and watching that one with a crowd was kind of I was like, damn, like this is crazy, man. And then Silent Night, Deadly Night was the opposite. It was a lot of fun to watch with a crowd. Like everybody was like cracking up, laughing, and having a good time. And it was a perfect double feature. It was like you had the serious movie, then you had the fun movie. I had a big ass cherry Coke. So I mean, I was chilling, man. I had a good time. I love those retro double features, man. They are so lit. Like, I know you got a drive-in by you, and you sometimes go to the old school screenings, but man, like I never thought I'd see Silent Night, Deadly Night on 35 millimeter because that movie was actually pulled from its initial release. I think it was in the movie theater for like 2 weeks, and that's it. So unless you were in 1984, you were alive and saw those, for those 2 weeks, that's it. That was the only time to see it. I got my tickets for Black Christmas yesterday. Wow.
I'm
Good
so
luck.
sorry for you, man. Just try to have some fun. Take some deep breaths and take it one frame at a time, man.
Yeah, 2.9, Ridley. You might have to take some acid too.
You're
I
gonna need
wouldn't
to
see
drink some
that movie
coffee with
unless I
you.
was paid. I would not see that movie. It looks so fucking shitty.
No,
Like
it really does, dude. It looks
one of the
bad.
worst trailers I've ever watched, like by far.
Why do you think they even had an idea to make that movie again? Like, it's already been remade once. I
Dude, I
mean,
read the interview with the director, and she was like, "Well, when I saw the original, I felt it was all about misogyny. I wanted to make that movie updated and make it more about misogyny." And I was like, "All right, no one's gonna like that." And
fucking
fucking
lame.
so far, it's the case, bro.
Yeah, man. I'll be honest, I'm much more hyped for The Grudge. The Grudge looks interesting to me because rated R, and I've never seen most of the, American remakes of the Japanese, J horror movies is like PG-13. So I'm optimistic. We'll see how it goes. I don't remember liking the original Grudge that much, though. I'll be honest. But what's
The
your thoughts on
original, like Ju-on the Grudge, or the Grudge with Sarah Jessica, or not Sarah Jessica Parker, Sarah Michelle Gellar with Buffy?
the remakes, the American versions? I just watched them, and I don't know, but I haven't seen them in a long, long, long time. So I have to rewatch those ones for sure.
I watched the first two. I watched the ones with Sarah Michelle Gellar, and I thought they were like okay at best. They were a little bit of a chore to get through, I thought.
Yeah, that's what I remember from seeing that movie. For the first one, the original Grudge. I don't think I've ever seen the sequels. So, but yeah. So, basically, what I've been into lately is I seen yesterday a really solid horror film called Alone in the Dark, and I thought it was really solid.
Sweet.
Um, yeah, I really enjoyed it. It's got Donald Pleasance in it, and he did a pretty good job at playing a very different kind of role for him. And I just really enjoyed that movie a lot. And I think recently I've also seen a couple other movies. Like I remember the other day I had seen. I didn't watch Hills Run Red yet, but I've seen a couple other movies recently, but I can't
That's
think
a
of
good
them right
one.
now.
Hills Run Red. Red is really good.
I can't wait to see it. But have you seen any movies recently? Any movies that come to mind?
I watched. Oh man, I've been watching a lot. I've watched the features on my Blu-ray of Mulholland Drive. That was awesome. I rewatched Autopsy, which was one of the 8 films to die for. After Dark Horror Fest Part 3. I thought that was a lot of fun. That had good features. I've been watching some Ghibli films. I've been kind of just jumping all around. I've been meaning I want to watch The Thing. I have The Thing Blu-ray that I really been wanting to watch. I'm a big Carpenter guy, so I really definitely want to get into that one. And yeah, man, I have tons of stuff here. So, and I bought some more today. Like I got some DVDs. I picked up some DVDs at this kind of flea market place, and
Cool.
I can't wait to get back to watching. But yeah, and it's both, dude. It's the best time of the year, isn't it? I mean, both our birthdays are coming up.
Yeah, dude, I can't wait to turn 20, man. And I just feel like I'm coming on a new chapter in life, you know. I just can't wait to get into it and see where it leads me, you know. And I just can't believe it, dude. It's crazy to me.
Dude, you're a
Crazy.
teenager only for one more week, man. Enjoy it.
Yeah. I'm gonna live it.
You know what's funny though? It's like there really is no difference. Like the big difference is like 22, like where I'm at. Like that's pretty much where once you leave college and shit, that's when it really fucking like holy shit. Like I'm a adult now. Like it still hasn't sunk in.
Yeah, it's always the transitions in life that kind of or make you reflect on certain things. But you know, it's just cool that man that we're having birthdays and you know, getting older, getting wiser. We age like wine, my brother.
Fine wine, bro. Fine wine. We are the fucking best wine there is, man.
Yeah, definitely. But today, guys, we're going to be getting to a very interesting topic that I've been wanting to get John on here for a while to talk about, and we're going to be discussing because since the new decade's coming up, we figured we'd go back and reflect on the decade of the 2010s and talk about some of the best, some of the worst, some of the end movies from back then, and really get you guys' thoughts on these movies. And I got a couple questions for John. I don't know if he has any questions for me.
I do. I have a couple questions for you.
All right, so we got some questions. If you guys got any questions, you guys can type it in the chat, and I'll pull it up for either of us to read, or for both of us to read if it's a us. Yeah, let's get started, man. Up first before we get into it, or let's get straight into it.
Yeah, I just wanted to say to the people watching, if you have any questions about any movies that came out in this past decade, like, have you seen this fucking obscure movie? Don't be afraid to ask. I mean, I'm sure one of us probably have seen it. I mean, me and Nate. I mean, I know good brother Nate has seen quite a few January horror releases in the
Oh,
fucking theater. I know his ass saw The Forest on the opening weekend. Man, he might have been the only one to see it on the opening weekend.
empty.
Did you see the Bye Bye Man in the theater?
I was going to, but I ended up not seeing that. I seen Crimson Peak in the theater, and I seen Unfriended in the theater. I seen those two movies, and The Gallows. I seen The Gallows in the theater.
I saw Unfriended in the theater. I saw The Gallows in the theater too. I might have seen The Gallows opening night actually. Wow.
Oh shit.
I regret that. Holy shit.
Yeah, dude. I actually was really hyped for it too, but it ended up being a really big letdown.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be fucking amazing, and then yeah, exactly. I felt the same way. I remember being like, "This is gonna be simple. This is gonna be a really good." Like I thought that trailer was really good, and then the movie just kind of crashed and burned. But yeah, so anybody watching, if you have questions about stuff that we have or haven't seen and ones that you felt were underrated, overrated, I would love to discuss stuff like that. Like this is open to any and all questions like that. I feel like, considering all this stuff is current, we could, open the can of worms up to some big shit. So whatever the hell y'all want to talk about, let us know.
Yeah, definitely. I guess I'll just off the stream with a question for you, man. Best horror film of the decade, and your big fucking question coming out with the bang.
We are starting this show off.
This shit.
We are starting this off hot. Okay, and then I got a question to counter as soon as I answer. My favorite horror movie this decade, I actually reviewed it on the show, but actually it's not on YouTube yet, that episode. I have yet to upload that one. It Follows. That's my favorite horror movie of the decade. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. Thought the acting was great. Thought the cinematography was great. Thought the idea was really good. I thought the look of the movie was just gorgeous. Had a real bluish, like almost like a chlorine-esque tint to the movie. A great soundtrack by Disaster Piece, very John Carpenter-esque in the feel of the movie. And I don't know, man. I thoroughly enjoyed that movie. I thought it was a lot of fun, and I thought that it really got back to the roots of horror movies that I used to love, like, circa 70s and 80s, and a horror movie that gave me hope for the future. Like when I remember I left the theater, I was fucking stoked about It Follows, and I still think it's a perfect film. Our good buddy Ridley writes in, first decade without a Friday the 13th film. It's the first decade since the 80s, man,
Yeah, man.
without a Jason film. What are your thoughts on that? I also have a question for you, but we can get to Ridley's question.
That's just crazy to me, man. I mean, you think about it, Tyson Massacres lasted longer, Chucky's lasted longer, hell, even Leprechauns lasted a little bit. Well, Leprechaun came out in the 90s, so I can't really say that, but it's just crazy to me, man. But I think there would have been a Jason movie, like at least by now, if there would have been that whole case been solved. I would have thought they would have made a reboot by now.
Exactly, yeah, and I remember there was a time where the producer from, I wanna say Paramount, what the hell is his name? I forget the guy's name, but he was, they were gonna green light it, and then he shot it down at the last second, and there was a few scripts floating around. I read a couple of them. The one with Jason in the Snow was the movie we all wanted to see. That was definitely the movie we wanted to see, and the prequel movie was definitely the movie we wanted to avoid. So I don't know, man. I think it's actually kind of shocking. Like we did have a Texas Chainsaw 3D, a Leatherface. We've had 3 Chucky movies. We've had only one Freddy movie. It was the remake, and that was 2010 in like April. So that one barely makes the 10-year gap. But yeah, man, it's weird. It's like Freddy and Jason were the hottest thing in the early 2000s, Freddy and Jason. And then now, about 10, 15 years later, after both those remakes didn't set the world on fire, it's like they really haven't done anything with them lately. And it's kind of surprising to me. Isn't it to you?
Yeah, and to be honest, so part of me is kind of thankful because if they would have done something with it, I kind of am curious if they would have gotten maybe the wrong filmmaker, the wrong studio involved. It's all about how you approach it, I guess.
Yeah, that's true.
But I would have been optimistic, and there's a couple of franchises that I think should have not been like resurrected. Like you didn't need another Saw movie this decade. You just didn't need it. You didn't need it, and it was horrible. It was one of the shittiest Saw movies in the series. Same with Leatherface. That was a shitty ass Touch Massacre movie, and we just didn't need it. But I would think with Jason though, you can do that stuff, and there's so much more you could do with it. And Jason is one of those simple formulas that I think you can do easily. But then again, certain studios nowadays, I don't know how they'd handle it because I thought Blumhouse would smack Halloween 2018 out of the park, and it was, you know how it went. It was definitely not a blockbuster. Well, I guess it was a blockbuster for box office wise, but it wasn't really the Halloween movie that I was going to go and see, and I wanted to see, but it wasn't just horrible trash. I mean, I know that you have certain opinions on it, but
yeah, definitely. I know what you're trying to say, and like, but bouncing off back from that question, you asked me what my favorite was. We got to find out, Mr. Murphy. What was your least favorite horror movie of this entire decade? No pressure, sir.
That's a difficult one.
I know. There's a lot of bad ones.
Oh shit. Part of me wants to say, as far as disappointing stuff goes, maybe The Gallows because of how just disappointing it was. Just really disappointing film. But I'm having a hard time now because there's been a lot of bad movies that came out. I watched VHS. I thought VHS was kind of disappointing as well, but I don't think I hated it all the way. I don't know, man. I'm gonna go with The Gallows for right now, but I'm pretty sure there's another worse horror film out there. I'm gonna go with The
Gallows is a wonderful choice because that's a shitty fucking movie.
Yeah, I hated the movie. I seen it and I was disappointed by it, and because it was just the trailer makes you think it's gonna be one of the best horror films of all time, but it ends up not being that. And I love the trailer. I love the music in the trailer too. But
I love that the scene where the girl is in the hallway and it's just like all red tint. And I was just like, oh man, like this is gonna be really cool. Like I thought that was gonna be really cool.
The poster looked fucking sick, and I won't lie, the atmosphere of the movie was pretty good. But you got to be able to. First of all, I didn't know it was gonna be found footage. I was like, this is gonna be a found footage movie. I didn't even fucking know that. Then you have annoying characters and bad writing, and they made a sequel to it, which John told me about, which is crazy.
Yeah, went straight to video.
Did you watch it?
No, I would not spend money on that. No.
He said, no, I'm not watching that.
That's like wiping your ass with $10. No.
It's lit. Said, what's good, homie? What's good? It's lit.
Is it lit? Clashy Royale? They have the same pick.
Yeah. That's weird. I don't know. Maybe he changed his name.
Oh, Ridley's worst of the year,
Hmm.
worst of the decade is Leatherface and Thanksgiving 3. Well, those are two pretty shit show
Hey,
movies
yeah,
too.
yeah, Leatherface and Kids. Yeah, I haven't seen Thanksgiving movies at all, but Leatherface is a good fucking choice.
Yeah,
Um,
Leatherface was a piece of shit.
Crimson Peak was pretty awful. It was boring and slow. It was just terrible,
Guillermo
but it
del
had a
Toro
great
directed that,
cast to
right?
it. Yeah, that's what surprised me. And I love most
Wow.
of his work, but the thing about his films is that in that one, stylistically, he nailed it, but everything else was just bad, just really, really
100%,
bad.
man. So you're gonna go with the Gallows for now?
For now, I'm pretty sure it's a worse. Oh, I know I can fucking replace that shit with
That didn't
uh
take long.
the fucking Wolfman remake. That's a
Oh
piece of shit
no!
fucking remake right there. I'm gonna go with that fucking
CGI.
fuck that movie. Every hole. Yeah, that's a piece of fucking shit right there. Or the Thing prequel. Those are two battle-ins right now. The Thing prequel and the Wolfman remake.
That
I'm
the
gonna go with
thing,
the
the
Wolfman
thing
remake.
pre will. Holy shit! Some bad CGI, man. Right?
Yeah, and they covered up practical effects, dude. Like, what the fuck is that about? You covered
Horrible.
up practical effects. Because the director's like,
Horrible.
I don't want it to be. Well, I don't know, John. Nightmare on Elm Street came out in 2010. So,
Oh, that's mine. That's definitely mine.
yeah.
That's the
You can
worst.
have that one. I'm going to keep the Wolfman because the Wolfman's shitty.
That's mine by far. There were movies I could make a fucking laundry list of ones that were disappointing to me, but as for ones that I think are just bad, I Elm Street 2010 would be mine. Leprechaun Origin. Oh man,
Mm,
you talk about
damn.
Hornswoggle. They casted Hornswoggle, and he has no lines.
Ugh.
Why? The Leprechaun movie they did recently for that went straight to Sci-Fi Channel was a lot better actually. Leprechaun Returns, I think it was called.
Yeah, I got to see that too. I did reviews on the entire franchise, but I didn't cover that one yet. So,
It was good. The only thing it missed was Warwick Davis. Like I feel like it's
mm.
almost like a Freddy scenario where he kind of has to be the Leprechaun for me. I thought this other guy was fine, but like he wasn't as good as Warwick Davis. Like I felt if it was Warwick Davis in the movie, it would have been fucking like a really good Leprechaun movie. But part 3 has always been my favorite.
Yeah, I'm very lenient on those movies. Most people actually, absolutely hate them. I'm just like, you guys, so how you go into it, man? You can't go into Leprechaun movie expecting a serious, down to earth horror film.
Exactly. Yeah. Like I didn't watch Leprechaun in the Hood expecting a serious good horror movie. Like I don't know. It's just me, but
He's
some
back. He's high again. Leprechaun back to the hood.
back to the Hood, bro. Yeah, man. I like Leprechaun 3 because it's Leprechaun in Vegas, and you got
Oh
that
yeah.
really hot blonde in it. Oh man, I forgot her damn name. Uh, Lee something. I forget her damn name, but she's beautiful, hot, blonde, man. Just awesome, awesome little movie.
Yeah, I won't even lie. That's my favorite one. I really enjoy Leprechaun 3 legitimately. It's just entertaining. It's so fun. To me, I always put it on the same level as Nightmare on Elm Street 3 because it's just such a fun, creative movie that really nails a lot of good stuff. But I won't lie. The acting sometimes get a little stiff.
Are those movies on Blu-ray?
I think so. I think there's a Blu-ray set out there actually.
There's a Blu-ray set of Leprechaun. Wow.
Well,
I have
I think
I
it's just from it's into In the Hood or Back to the Hood or something like that. Maybe.
okay. I have the like 4-pack of the first 4 movies on DVD, but I don't have the Blu-ray. I don't even know if there is. I would love to get Leprechaun 3 on Blu-ray.
Devin's here. What's up, Devin? Look at that, Devin. I can show you on the screen now. What's up, Devin? He is here in the stream. What's up? I know it's early, but if you count it as a horror film, my favorite horror film is Predator 2018. That's surprising, bro. I haven't seen that yet, but I will give it a watch. I seen it for like $5 on the shelf at a Blu-ray. That's a Blu-ray for $5 of a
Wait a minute.
20.
Wait a minute. Are you talking about Predators or
No,
or
the Predator.
oh,
The
The Predator. Okay. Oh my god, I heard nothing but
Yeah,
bad. You're the first
yeah.
person I've heard say it was good.
Plays very high on that movie. This isn't the first time I've ever, heard him mention that. I think you mentioned it in the JG stream too. Hey, bro. Opinion. Sorry, I cut out there for a second.
That's okay. Yeah, I'll definitely give it a watch too. I didn't. You're the first person to put the movie over that I've seen,
Yeah,
so it makes me interested now because I was scared. I was like, Jesus Christ, like nobody mentions this movie, man, in a
yeah,
positive
man.
light. I'm one of the only people that like Predators 2010.
I like it.
Um, I liked that movie. I thought that was a good sequel, but yeah, The Predator I didn't bother with because of the negative feedback, but if Mr. Ridley liked it, maybe I'll give it a watch.
Yeah, definitely, man. I guess we can move on to the next question I got for you, just so we can
Oh,
throw this out
sure,
there.
sure, yeah.
In your opinion, what does the future of horror hold? Like, what do you see in the future? Like, makes more
Well, this
reboots?
can this can open up a whole can of worms, man, because like if you look okay, so we've had this discussion before, but I don't know if we've ever had it on the air, so we can have it right here on the air. I feel like if you look at the past like 3 movies to move the genre along, in '96 you had Scream. And after Scream came out, all these neo slashers came up trying to rip it off,
Mm,
and thus the genre was making a lot of money. So you had movies like Urban Legend, Valentine, I Know What You Did Last Summer, so many rip-off movies. And whether we like them or not, at least they were original movies. At least they were bringing the genre money, and they were
yeah,
introducing new stars to the genre. Like watching a movie like The Faculty, it kind of has that Scream formula in there, but I think it has a lot of good acting. It has good humor. It has a lot to bring to the table. I really like The Faculty, and that's why I love Scream, and it's one of my favorite movies. It really moved the genre along in a time where it had felt so damn long. And then you look at a movie like Saw that really moved the genre along in the mid 2000s and the torture porn. And, I know a lot of people don't like torture porn, and I'm one of them. I don't like it, but it did move us along. It was making money. And then you look at Paranormal Activity, which came out in 2009, a movie that I kind of think is a little bit overrated, not a biggest fan of it, but it set off the trend of these paranormal movies, these Conjuring movies, Insidious movies, all of that stuff. And then you're into the current day where that's where we still are, man. We're still in that paranormal kind of setting. Like how many Paranormal Activity movies, how many Conjuring universe movies,
yeah,
how many
dude.
Insidious movies, how many fucking movies where it's the paranormal is the problem. And like some of them are good. I'm not trying to say they're all bad or anything like that, but it has been 10 years. 2009 Paranormal
Yeah.
Activity, that was the last movie.
Oversaturation of it.
Yeah, it's been oversaturated. Like we didn't get 10 years of neo slashers. We got like 3 to 4.
Yeah.
We didn't get
We got 10 years of slasher films. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, well, yeah, slasher films the same, but about from like 80 to 85. You have slashers past 85, but they're few and far between. That they went more fun with it. Whereas the torture porn movies from '04 to like 2009, I'd say that was the window.
Mhm.
And now that genre is really dead. And then, but these movies though, man, it has been a full fucking decade plus, and like, I don't know, man. I don't know what the Conjuring universe they're going to milk that franchise dry. Dude, yeah, that's the problem. They really have milked it dry to the point where I don't care anymore. Like, I'm sure some of them are good, some of them are bad, but at the end of the day, man, when you ask me what the future of the genre is, I think it's the independent scene. I think it's stuff that A24 puts out. I think, and even though I mean I didn't like Midsummer and I don't really like the Ari Aster films, but man, that's the future of the genre because you're allowed to be creative. You're allowed to use your own palette as a filmmaker and a writer. And I don't know, man. Like personally, for me, I think the independent scene has turned out a lot of good films. And I think the independent scene has really stepped their game up. Movies like The Witch, movies like The Lighthouse. Robert Eggers as a filmmaker has really caught my eye. Like I think he's going to be the next guy to really put horror on the map. And Nate's back. Nate to cut out really quick. Um, but yeah, man, I don't know. I'm all about independent horror for the future, and I'm all about movies that are creative and non reboots and non sequels and non remakes. I'm sick of that shit. I don't want to see it anymore. But do I think that's going to be what we have for a while? Yes. I think we really need that next big movie to move us along, like a Scream, like a Saw, like a Paranormal Activity. And even if we like it or not, I think we need that movie, man.
Oh yeah, dude, I definitely agree, and that's the thing. Maybe because of Insidious and such big hits, maybe the I think what it is filmmakers nowadays are too afraid to move away from that because everything else has kind of moved away from it, hasn't been that successful. But that's the problem. They don't give indie films worldwide release. They give them a couple theaters here and there, and they don't make much money. Like The Witch didn't make much money. I feel like it's because they need to start releasing these things worldwide a lot more. And for some reason, it's not doing it. And I don't understand why.
I don't either, man. And like that's the thing. Like those three movies I mentioned, like they organically got over. Like Paranormal Activity just was word of mouth, and it was the brilliant marketing campaign of showing people afraid in the theater. That's why that movie worked. Like people, whether you like it or not. That's how that movie gained its notoriety. That doesn't really happen anymore. People don't market movies like that anymore. It's just kind of
Mm-mm.
like we're going to show you a lot of the movie in the trailer and hopefully you come see it. And like, I don't
Mm-hmm.
know, man. I think that's kind of weak. But do you think this is a question I have for you? Do you think that that movie will come along? Do you think that that will happen? Because man, I have my doubts personally. But what do
Yeah.
you think?
It's just we haven't seen a filmmaker in a long time get that big chance. Like a John Carpenter Halloween, like a couple other filmmakers from the past that were given these small little films and they just released it worldwide. I mean, hell, you could say Friday the 13th, which somebody brought up earlier what my favorite Friday the 13th movie was. We're both part five. I don't know about John, but I'm a part five head for life,
Part five.
part five. Um, but Friday the 13th was a movie that was before that, not a lot of studios gave horror films a big shot like that. But Paramount. I was thinking about Mustafa Akkad, how he helped Halloween, but Paramount helped release Friday the 13th so wide that they ended up getting a lot of coverage of it in newspapers, TV spots, commercials everywhere, and made that movie a big success. I think nowadays they're just too afraid to because hey, we can make a $2 million movie or a $3 or $4 million budget. We can release it like it's a supernatural ghost film, make it PG-13 and make money off of it. It's just like, but when it starts to get to the point to where now they're bombing, like a lot of these movies don't make money anymore, and they're still making them. It's just that's what puzzles me is that they don't make money anymore. So why are you making this dry up like river of stuff that's not even gonna become hits? Like I don't understand that about Hollywood right now.
I don't either, man. And like you look at a movie, I think the most eye-opening movie of the entire decade when it comes to my fear for the future of horror movies, it's a little movie called Hellfest. Came out about a month before Halloween 2018, and it absolutely bombed, made no money. And what was it? It was listen, not maybe not the most original concept, but it wasn't a sequel, a remake, or a reboot is a slasher movie in a fucking theme park. We've seen it. We've seen it in Dark Ride. We've seen it in the Fun House. We've seen it before. We've seen it since. Difference here is this movie got a wide release. It got a big,
Big
big
budget.
release, and it fucking bombs. Like that's my question. Like that blows my mind. I'm like, why would a movie like that bomb and then Halloween the next month sets records, and it proves their points, proves the studio's point that they don't want to take a chance on something that isn't established. And yes, Ridley, we agree. I definitely agree. I know Nate agrees too. I
I
wish horror could go
definitely.
back to the way it was in the 80s, man, but it just seems like unless it's established, they don't get behind it. And when they do get behind it, it seems to always bomb. So I don't know. It's kind of a letdown
Yeah.
to me, man.
Or they want to make it into a universe. Like they always make things universes now and tie
Yeah,
everything together.
it's stupid,
Like I
man.
heard it
Because
was wanting to tie in. Sorry.
go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
I was just going to say real quick. They try to tie in certain franchises together now, and it's just weird. Like I heard they was wanting to do a tie over between Insidious and Conjuring one day. It's like, why, dude? Why? It makes no sense.
Because that's all they can establish. It's just so pathetic. It's just like in a perfect world, to me, what would have happened was Hellfest would have been the movie that garnered all that notoriety, and then the Halloween 2018 would have flopped. That would have been really interesting to see. Let's make a Hellfest 2 and let's not do a new Halloween trilogy. Like I would have been all fucking for that. I've seen Halloween movies. I've seen 10 of them. I've seen 11 now. Like, I don't give me something new that we can get behind, a
Shit,
new killer, a
bro,
new icon.
13 of them soon.
What's that?
13, you're about to see 13 more of them. You're 13 here soon. We got 2 more films coming.
Yeah, I just don't, I don't know. I'm just not for that. I think it's all for the MCU started. Yes, you're 100% right, Devin. It's because they see how much money. Oh, Doctor Strange, and then in a couple months, Captain Marvel. Oh, it's overkill, man. I hate it. This is why horror films suck nowadays. Almost all of them are a part of the same time. Yeah, that's the
We're
problem.
working
Like
on it.
we don't want to see these movies all connect. Like, does Shocker connect to Nightmare on Elm Street? No. Doesn't mean I still love both movies. They don't have to be fucking connected. Like, it's a good filmmaker made them. They're both entertaining. They're both a good time at the movies. Like, that's all it needs to be. I think we need a guy like a Wes Craven to just, you know, challenge us, make something new, make something that makes a splash in the market and that gets people talking, word of mouth, man. We
Mhm.
need that movie, and I'm worried that it's not going to come because it has
Yeah.
been 10 long fucking years. And man, all that's lined up for the future is more Conjuring movies, more Halloween sequels, and I know there are people that are happy about that, and that's cool. I'm happy you're happy, but I just want to see
More
some new
It movies.
shit. Yeah, I want to see some new shit, man.
Yeah, they speaking of that, they're bringing back Ghostbusters now, which we talked about the other day.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I'm not interested in it, but hey, it could be a
That
good
trailer
movie. But
sucked.
yeah, exactly. There was a lot of hype around it, and I just didn't see what was so good about it in my personal opinion. I heard of it. I'm so burned out on Hollywood remaking movies and rebooting things, and well, nowadays is they'll hide it. They'll be like, "Nah, it's not really a remake. It's a reboot." But it's like, yeah, your movie is copying like 98% of the original movie. The remake is pretty much a remake. You have a Kurt Russell wannabe. You have a couple of scenes that are like stolen from the original movie. It's just crazy to me, crazy, and they keep doing it. They
I
learn,
agree,
and it's not
man.
even the horror. Yeah, it's not even the horror genre. It's everything right now. Like even the Star Wars universe has to have a big giant universe that has to have these prequel movies and stuff.
I completely agree with you, dude. It's disheartening because like lately I've been going back and rewatching some of those 8 films to die for and the After Dark Horror Fest and stuff, and like some of them aren't the best, but at least they're fucking original, man. I would take movies like that, bad original horror movies, over fucking reboot after reboot, dude. I can't. I don't know. I can't take it anymore, man. It's. I grow tiresome of it.
Do you think they're going to do even more of them in the future, or do you think it's going to kind of slow down?
I mean, I really hope Black Christmas fails and that slows down a little bit. But you saw that Halloween movie doing well is fucking. They're gonna try to do that with Freddy. They're gonna try to do that with Jason. Like they are. They have to now that the Craven estate is accepting pitches. It's fucking. It's just. I don't know, man. Like you saw you someone was mentioning the Universal monsters. Look at the Universal monsters. Like, yeah, like there were Frankenstein movies past the 30s, but it wasn't like it's not like now there's a Frankenstein trilogy coming out. You know what I mean? Like, but there's still Michael movies, still Freddy movies, still Jason movies. Like, I don't know, man. I love and respect what they did, but I think it's time to move the fuck on from that, man. We do. It's lit. He said it right there. We need original. We do. We really do. It's not, you know, I don't think it's a debate anymore. And here's a question I have for you, my friend. Why do you think that I feel like now more than ever, I could be dead wrong. If you disagree, please tell me. I feel like horror films now are so much more polarizing as opposed to when they came out in the 80s. Like we can almost all come to agreement that Elm Street, the original Elm Street's a great film. But when you're talking about movies that of this era, this decade that people find to be classics like I know a lot of people like The Conjuring. A lot of people like movies like Hereditary.
The Babadook.
Why do you think those movies are so polarizing? Whereas with Elm Street, we can all agree that it's a fucking masterpiece. Like, why do you think movies are so polarizing now?
It's just because of how desperate the genre is. Like, it's just so we're so desperate for a good movie that when we finally get a decent film, we get something, yeah, it's pretty good. People look at it as, since there's so much crap, and it's like, all right, it's not a ghost movie, it's not another PG-13 horror film. I can appreciate that. Hey, it was another Rob Zombie remake, so it's automatically a masterpiece, right? No, no, it's not. It's just because it's
So
not Rob
true.
Zombie with it doesn't make it a masterpiece, and it's better than Halloween 2, 4, 3. I've heard it's better than Halloween 1. I've heard all kinds of crap about that movie. And if it's your opinion, it's your opinion. That's totally fine. I respect it, but I will never understand that, and it's just because we get so desperate for it. We get a decent movie. Like, I like the It 2017 movie. I like it. I really do enjoy it. But there are people that say it's a masterpiece. I wouldn't say it's a masterpiece. The Babadook, it's an okay horror film to me. I know that you don't like it very much, but I think it's an movie. But people are over here. I think we can both agree on that. People really hyped up to be this masterpiece of a legendary film, and it's really not. It's because it's not PG-13. It's not a ghost movie. Well, kind of is, I guess, but it's like a demon movie. But it's not this, what we get in the mainstream nowadays. And people look at that stuff and they go, "Oh my god, it's such a masterpiece!" And I watch them, it's like, But yeah, I'll see a movie like Overlord, which I really enjoyed, which nobody talks about nowadays. I really enjoyed that movie. Nobody talks about it anymore. Uh, it's just weird to me how the fan base, I respect their opinions, but sometimes we we cling on to these movies. Like, I remember when Last Jedi came out, people loved Last Jedi, but over time it's kind of lost steam. Halloween nowadays is considered to be a just decent movie. But back when it came out, big giant hit. I'm talking about 2018 movie, by the way. um I gotta explain that to Mike because people are like, "What do you mean the original?"
I was gonna say, yeah.
No, but yeah, to clarify that shit. There's so many reboots now. I gotta clarify it. Like, oh, not the 28, not that one. That's the different one. But yeah, I think it's just we're so desperate, bro.
So it's desperation for you, and yeah, like I almost feel like a hypocrite, man, and like I feel bad. I'm very passionate about it. Like, I love the genre, and like there's nobody that really, like, I want to see the genre succeed and continue and be original. And like, I do feel bad when I have to bury a movie that I don't like, that people give a lot of hype. Like, I've been on both ends of that stick, and it's honestly shitty both ways. For example, I walked out of It Follows with a bunch of people. I walked out of the theater with my arms raised in the air. I said, "This is what we fucking need." I said, "I hope this is a smash hit. I hope people talk about this when they get home. I hope they talk about it at school, at the water cooler, at the fucking workplace, wherever people talk. I want people talking about this movie." The people I saw it with, they all fucking hated it. They didn't like it. And that is cool. You can hate the movie. I am not, against someone. "You didn't like it. You don't know." No, you can dislike the film. On the other end of that stick, I saw Hereditary. Saw it with a bunch of people. I fucking hated it. They all loved it. So I almost feel like I'm just like, God damn, like, what should I do here? Because I almost feel like a hypocrite. I'm like, yeah, I want the genre to succeed and be original and all these things, but um half of the time I can bury these original movies. I buried Hereditary. I buried fucking Us. I buried fucking Midsummer. I don't care. I don't like those movies. I thought they were bad movies. But like, do you think that we maybe should embrace these movies just so we can move out of the paranormal state? Because I'm almost at that point, man. I almost think that, like you said, it's desperation. You know, I love Saw and I love Scream, but a movie like Paranormal Activity, I don't like that movie as much as I like the movies that it spawned. Um, but that could be the case for a movie like Hereditary, don't you think?
Yeah, and that's the thing about Hereditary is that it's such a complicated movie that the people who would make I guess, copy of it would end up making a complicated copy. So it would be different than Hereditary. But I don't know, man. As far as the horror goes with me nowadays, the ones that are kind of separate, it's easy for me to enjoy them. It's really hard for me to hate a horror film as long as you put at least a little effort into it. Usually I come out and enjoying it. But if you're gonna give us a shit show and serve me a shit sandwich like Victor Crowley did, then I'm not gonna accept it.
Mr. Crowley, why'd you feed me this shit?
I sing that in my sleep at night, wondering about
Oh,
that.
Mr. Crowley.
Could you show my face?
Please tell me that's it.
Is it over? Is it all over?
Yo, man, we gotta get Ozzy Osbourne on a stream.
Fucking put up the views like that, 1.4K views like that shit.
Oh, Devin says that he loved It Follows and that he thought it was an original movie. I agree, Devin. And I know, a lot of people didn't like it. That's cool. Everyone is entitled to their different opinions and stuff. I just I don't know. I almost wish that a movie would come along and move us along. Like I'm at the point where even if I don't like it, I'd be happy just to see someone try to make it better. Like imagine if Hereditary was an ultimate hit with everybody, and then bam, like movie rips it off, and I ended up liking that movie. Then I can latch on to that movie. And then you're getting people to go see these movies that are unrelated, but they're original and they keep us thinking, keep us talking, keep us going to the theater. Like there's only so fucking long that Michael Myers can keep us coming to the theater. There's only so long that the established guys can get you keep going to the theater. And I don't know, man, I'm all for that movie, the next big movie to move us along. But I agree with Nate where I don't want to be desperate, but I almost think we might have to be, man. A decade is a long fucking time, man.
And they're still making these movies. They're still making The Conjuring. They're still making Paranormal Activity. I heard they got another one planned. Hell, I heard they're going to remake it eventually. I'm like, God damn, man. Like, just let it die. Let some of these things die. Like, I got to have 10 movies of this franchise. You just got to, I don't know. If they look at it, it's established product. They're going to make money off of it. But that's the thing. Now these remakes aren't making as much money. I think It Chapter 2 didn't make that much money. Like, it made money, but it didn't make nearly as much money as the first movie.
Yeah.
And they want to make sequels to that. They want to make an entire franchise, maybe universe movies and stuff like that. I don't fucking care about any of that shit, but they want to do it. And the Conjuring universe, they got more planned, like a Crooked Man movie, if I can say it right. Crooked Man. They want to make that. And I'm like, I'm not interested in seeing that. More Annabelle movies. I don't care. More Insidious.
Yeah, like you look at why Annabelle worked in the original Conjuring. She was in it for one scene at the beginning of the film. He made it scary because he didn't do anything else with it. Oh, good buddy Darren's watching. What's up, Darren? Victor Crowley was really cheaply made and horrible. The Hatch series is pretty bad. Full stop. Honestly agree. I think the first Hatchet is one of the biggest pieces of shit of all time. Like I generally hate that movie. Like I don't get why there's a single fan. But again, I respect if you like it, but I don't know. I don't like the Hatchet series at all.
I will agree with Victor Crowley though. That is a piece of shit. That's a really bad movie.
Oh, so do I. That's like Jeepers Creepers 2, but on a fucking crashed airplane. And with Victor Crowley and fucking Tiffany Shepis the entire time is just laying on the ground and eventually just drowns. Holy shit. Let's not get into Victor Crowley. That's a bad fucking movie, man. Felicia Rose and oh man.
But if you ask me though, because with indie horror being where it's at right now, I think what they might start doing is like how wrestling is doing right now. Let's make these indie hybrids. But I think if you do it the right way, it won't be that bad. But if you're going to make indie hybrids, you got to get the directors for it, the cast for it. You can't be casting freaking Leo DiCaprio in an indie horror film. It's just not going to work for me. Maybe he fucking will pull it off and be great. But that's what those big budget, big screen movies are for. I want like a new cast, new fresh faces, and like indie horror stuff, because I really dig it.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of establishing new actors and stuff too. Like we didn't know who the fuck Neve Campbell was until that Scream movie. You know what I mean? Like, oh, she was on Party of Five. Do that now. Whatever the fuck show's popular. I don't know what shows are popular now. Like mostly shows I probably wouldn't like, but like take somebody from that and have them star in a horror film. Like I would be all fucking for that personally.
Get Sheldon from Big Bang Theory to be in a serious horror film.
Have Sheldon from the Big Bang Theory play serial killer.
Yeah,
dude. Somebody in Hollywood's like, oh, fucking get to the drawing boards.
Dude, now, draw it in there. Come on.
Yeah.
Hire
Come
him
on,
now.
kill me. Come on.
Nobody in your fucking office raised your hands.
There's young Sheldon, and then there's gonna be Sheldon the killer, and I'm just gonna be like, fuck.
They're gonna make a universe out of that too.
Dude, yeah, I don't need to see that shit personally.
But yeah, closing thoughts, man, on that. I just think, I'm optimistic with it, but I really hope indie horror sparks up, and I hope we can get indie directors in there and just kind of take things a new direction. We're kind of just past that stage with the whole paranormal crap. I'm just done with it, and I'm done with these remake reboot stuff. I'm just tired of it. It's in everything. Star Wars, you anywhere you go, action, comedy, horror, it's everywhere. So I think we really do need to get out of that. But my next question for you is, who are some filmmakers that you're excited to see progress into their career in the future? Like some young filmmakers nowadays that you really get into?
I mentioned one, Robert Eggers, definitely the number one guy that I think really surprised me this decade. He made two really good movies, The Witch, and I really liked what's it called? The Lighthouse. I saw both of them. I thought they were both fantastic. Challenged me. Were genuinely creepy. Were very original. Had different actors that I hadn't seen do roles like that, like seeing Willem Dafoe, Robert Pattinson, Anya Taylor-Joy in The Witch, like having them do roles that I didn't think they could do or pull off. But man, like I gotta say, they really did pull it off, and I thought that he did a really good job in the director's chair. Also, thought the guy that did It Follows, David Robert Mitchell, thought he did a great job, and those probably my top two. But I've seen some other good ones. Like I wish I had. I'll tell you two: Ari Aster and Jordan Peele. I'm kind of not the biggest fan. I saw Us recently. I don't know if I talked about it on this show or whatever, but I didn't like Us at all.
What was your thoughts, John? Did you love it? Was it a masterpiece like everybody else said it was?
No. Us was not a master. Some idiot was like, "Oh, it's the greatest horror film ever." I was like, really?
What?
Really? I don't know. I think you're crazy if you think that. Like I respect you, but I don't think that at all. Us was an overrated fucking movie in my opinion. So yeah, I think Ari Aster and Jordan Peele are overrated. But yeah, man, I would say Robert Eggers. Robert Eggers would be my guy, man. I really like Robert Eggers. I think he's the future. How about you though?
Yeah, I would agree with you, man. He's one of my favorite directors from nowadays. It reminds me of a young Kubrick, kind of, with his visual style, and he also is very unique because he makes period pieces, which is like very rare. Nobody makes period pieces now, and I think we needed it so badly, and that's why when The Witch came out, people hated it because they didn't understand what's going on. They're like, they're talking funny. It's like, yeah, it's the 1800s. What do you expect? You're not gonna be like, yeah, what's up, bro? Or stuff like it's a slow burn horror too. This thing also is that is very unfortunate about the horror genre is right now people are used to shaky cam scares. So if somebody does make an original film, people are like, nah, it's too boring and slow. We don't get it. It's too complicated. But I don't know. And then people, when they make a decent horror film, the people who get into that stuff are just like overhyping it. But I want to see some more stuff from Adam Green. I think Adam Green is an underrated director who I think still is on a good track. I really enjoyed Frozen and Hatchet movies, and I know Darren and John are big fans of those movies as well. But I'm just playing with you guys. But yeah, I enjoy Adam Green stuff, man. I want to see more from him. I'm curious to see if Eli Roth can do some stuff because he's trying to switch up his career right now. He's trying to do different stuff like Knock Knock and The Green Inferno. I'm curious. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm gushing over his career, but I am curious to see what he can do in the future. Hopefully, again, I think with Eli Roth is if somebody else did the script and he made the movie, and I think he could make a solid horror film. But he, of course, has his friends pretty much write scripts for him, and he writes scripts, so you're pretty much getting the same dialogue for every movie. But yeah, maybe Eli Roth, maybe I don't know, James Wan for sure. I'm pretty sure is going to do some classics in the future. There's just a lot of stuff that's going on right now in horror. Personally, with Jordan Peele, I liked Get Out a lot. Us was decent, so I'm curious. But yeah, I'm just curious to see what the new directors of horror kind of. Because
I'm down for up and comers getting a shot.
Yeah,
man.
yeah. There's probably some people out there who have made classics that I haven't seen yet that I want to see in the future.
I feel the same way, man. But we got some comments actually. Just seeing one of my American friends have posted a video going to see New Black Christmas. Him and his wife are the only people in the whole cinema.
Holy shit!
Ah, good. Darren, it also has a 2.9 on IMDb currently, so I'm glad. Us is average at best. Yeah, I thought it sucked.
I agree, it's average, but John, I can understand your hatred for it.
Yeah, well, he's saying at best, so at worst, it's dog shit. So, oh boy,
Big
mine's
question.
Creep Show 3. That's
Creep
the
Show
worst horror
3.
movie I've ever seen.
Creep Show 3. Yeah, it's pretty fucking bad.
That's my bottom of the barrel movie. And Frozen, yeah, Frozen is a great
Yeah.
film. I
Yeah,
agree.
my favorite song from that movie is "Let It Go." I just think it's a great track. I couldn't see the sequel, man. I'm just so hyped for the sequel, bro.
Dude, oh my gosh. Cop is gonna come at us now that we're not.
Fuck.
Adam
I'm talking
Green's
about
Frozen's
Frozen
a
2 from
masterpiece.
Adam Green. And Adam Green made a metal remix of that song.
Dude.
So he did
The Disney Frozen's horrible, but yeah, I think Frozen's Adam Green's best movie, like by a mile. I think it's his best movie. He should make movies like that, But I don't know. This is what it is.
You've been doing great. I think
yeah.
Dick Rivera was more like that too.
Here, we got one more. We could do one more question, and then I have a question for you. Texas Chainsaw Massacre for me. That's the one horror movie that can never be recaptured. They've tried 1,000 times, never did it.
I'm gonna go with Poltergeist. I don't think you can ever capture that movie again. They've tried to plenty of times.
Absolutely, yeah. Oh, another one. If you could have any director. See, that's the fucking thing, though, man. It don't matter. Does it matter who directed any Friday the 13th film? Like Joe Zito made the Chuck Norris movie, fucking The Prowler. Like he's not a great director. All you need is the formula, man. Boobs, blood, and mayhem. That's all you fucking need.
All Danny Steinman did was porn and Savage Streets before he did Friday the 13th. So.
And fucking that's our favorite one. So that should go to tell you. But A Nightmare on Elm Street, I guess that's where director matters. Like you had good ones like Rennie Harlan, Wes Craven,
Peter Jackson. Come on, Peter, go back to your roots.
How about this one? It would never fucking happen in a million years. I know Christopher Nolan made Inception, a movie about dreams. I would love to see Christopher Nolan try to tackle an Elm Street film, but it will never happen.
Yeah. What about Adam Wingard? What's your thoughts on him?
I think he's a fucking idiot, personally.
I'm glad. I can't stand the director, man.
He fucking sucks. That Blair Witch 2016 movie is fucking dog shit. Like that's one of the worst movies I ever saw in a theater. I think he's a fucking moron. How about this? How about Peter Jackson? I would love to see Peter Jackson finally make that Freddy movie, man, that he did in 1991. Too. I'd kill to see that.
Yeah, that's what I said too, man. I can't wait to see him. That's no problem, Junebug. Welcome to the stream, bro. We're talking about some newer horror films. Talking about all kinds of stuff right now, honestly.
Oh, I liked Never Hike Alone. I liked that. I just don't think they'd ever give that guy a chance because it's Hollywood. They're disgusting people.
Lights Out, though, that was a YouTube video at one point, and it became a movie. I think there's another one, like one other one that became a movie too, but I don't know. If your movie's not PG-13, what? What?
No, I didn't cut you off. I didn't say anything.
Oh, I thought you said if it's not like PG-13, ghost movies, I'm not gonna do it, unfortunately. That's fucking true.
It is. It's an insult to toilets. The toilet shouldn't have to digest that shit. That movie
What is it?
stinks. Would I watch
Godzilla.
Godzilla versus? No, I
Oh
wouldn't watch
shit!
Adam Wingard go shopping. I hate Adam Wingard with a fucking passion. Fuck him. He
I'm
stinks.
so glad he made one good movie that I actually really liked, and that was Your Next. And I heard The Guest was pretty good, but I haven't seen it. But everything else I've seen from him was shit. Like
Ty
he
West
did.
sucks too.
Oh yeah, Ty West. I can't understand the hype for him. His movies are all shit. I haven't seen one good one yet. I've seen only like one though, so I can't really say
They
much.
they love him too. I don't get it. Like they get behind those two guys, most horror fans. I'm just like, why? Like what of all the get behind Robert Eggers for the love of fucking God.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or like, because if you look at it, he made the I forgot his fucking name. Adam Wingard. Forgot his fucking name. Adam Wingard made segments in ABC of Death and VHS, and they're all the bad ones. So I don't know. Yeah.
The less I see of Adam Wingard, the more healthy I'll be.
What's the worst movie I ever made? Well, like of all time. Oh, that's a difficult one.
You
Of
think
all-
Garbage Pail Kid's the worst? Believe it or not, bro, there's a lot worse than the Garbage. I've seen a Garbage Pail Kid movie a few times. It's a piece of shit. Don't get me wrong, but there's worse. Like you're fortunate to have not seen as worse. Like
Fuck, I can't think of one.
You ever see? Oh my god, what the fuck was? I forget the damn name. It was like a Rocky parody. I think it's called like Ricky One or something like that. That's a fucking holy shit disaster movie. There are some really bad ones. Creepshow 3. I mean,
Master of Disguise.
I actually liked Master of Disguise. I might be the only person. I want to be the Master of Disguise.
Turtle Club.
Michael Daughtry was a good choice in my opinion because he directed Trick or Treat. Good choice for what? The Godzilla movie?
Maybe like is a good choice for like a new director that should get more chances. I agree.
I would be all for that. I like Trick or Treat. I've seen better Lifetime original movies directors who are better than Adam. Yeah. Other than Frozen, I would agree. I love Frozen. But yeah, I'm not a big Hatchet series fan.
No, Wingard, not Green.
Oh, Adam Wingard. Oh, Adam Yes, I'm a better. I never even directed anything, and I'm a better director than him. So it's fucking.
Green's the good Adam.
Yeah.
There's two Adams. There's only two.
There's Adam Green, Adam Wingard, and Adam Bomb, and fucking Adam Wingard.
Adam Bomb.
Yeah.
What a brilliant tie-in.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I don't know. But here's a question for you. Of all the movies you saw this decade, what was the most surprising one for you? Like one that you went in thinking you'd love it and you were surprised at how shitty it was, or you went in thinking I'm not going to get much and were floored and thought it was really good. Like what is the most surprising one for you this entire decade?
Well, one comes to mind, but I don't think you'd really be happy with it.
I don't. That's why we have all goddamn opinions here, brother.
Well, to me, as far as going into a theater experience and coming out with a bad taste, The Conjuring, dude, it was just a movie that in school, I was in school at the time, and everybody was saying it was better than The Exorcist. It was better than Jaws. It was better than the Jason movies. It was better than all of them. And I was like, whoa, like, is it really that scary? They're like, yeah, man, it's rated R. It's scary. It made me jump out of my seat, made me run out of the theater. I was like, whoa, okay, this is going to be a crazy fucking movie. And to me, The Conjuring, I know you like it, and I respect your opinion. I respect everybody's opinion on the movie. It just felt generic to me. It felt like a slow, generic haunted house movie with nothing to it. And I never really got the hype for it. I've just never really cared for it. I love Conjuring 2. That's a great movie. I'll watch that. I have it on Blu-ray. Love Conjuring 2. But Conjuring 1, just was bland, boring, had a gray tone to it, and it reminded me of another Insidious ripoff. It's what it reminded me of. And as far as a good movie, you're gonna hate me for this too. I'm gonna get hate for this.
I'm never gonna hate you, Nate. Never. Broski's for life.
Roskies for life. I gotta be honest. I went into Hereditary and I was like, I'm not gonna like it. And it surprised me. I mean, it's not like a masterpiece, but as far as a movie that will stick with you for the rest of your like time watching other movies, like it's just a movie that will stick with you. And I thought it just surprised the hell out of me. It blew me away. But that's just my picks. What are yours?
Okay, I have to say, awesome picks, and I'm glad you picked ones that I feel opposite ways about, Nate. See, we don't hate on each other, man. If we disagree, we disagree. It's all right. We can move on. We can talk about it. Like it is what it is. Movies that surprised the hell out of me. Now, this is a tough one actually for me. I didn't even think it's funny, I didn't think you turned it would have to be It Follows. I thought it wasn't going to be that good, and I walked out there like, wow, that's amazing. I was up there for sure, Devin. I don't know if I was like no, you know what? I could honestly say that one, but I'll try to go different here. Movie I was most surprised by that it was shitty. This is tough because I usually think they're all going to be shitty.
Did it surprise you? Because it was Jordan Peele, you know.
Oh man, that it might be Us because yeah. Oh, Junebug on cue says Us was the most disappointing for him. Oh my God, Junebug, I couldn't agree more. I don't think he's a good horror director either. But and then other would be Force Awakens. I thought it was. Oh, dude, yeah, that movie fucking sucked too. Yeah, I don't like the new Star Wars movies at all. Movies that surprised me that were so fucking bad, there'd probably be a few of them on there, man. Like, I thought The Gallows was gonna be okay, and then
Yeah,
I
me
walked
too.
out being like,
Oh,
wow.
The Forest too. The Forest was a great concept, and it dropped the ball flat. Did you see it?
I did not see The Forest. No,
Oh, it's
I will.
disappointing. It's very
You know
disappointing.
what I'll say? I'll say one that came out this year. And even though I didn't like Hereditary, for some reason I thought I have hope for this movie. Midsummer. I had hope for Midsummer. I thought Midsummer was going to be a lot better. I thought, okay, he's going to find out, what he did wrong, and he's going to correct it. Um, Midsummer was a fucking really big letdown. It was worse than the Nicolas Cage Wicker Man remake,
Oh
and
shit.
that's saying a lot. It was just a mess of a fucking film overall. Really, the lead actress was good. It's the same thing with Hereditary. Lead actress is great, but everything else around the film just crumbles. Bad side characters, a poor narrative, no fucking direction, and just a mess overall. I really did not like Midsummer. I thought it was really, really surprisingly bad. I thought it was going to be a lot better than it was, and it surprisingly let me down.
Mm.
Um, as for a movie that I was surprised how much I really liked, I honestly, Cabin in the Woods. That would be the one. Cabin in the Woods. I was stunned because I did not think I was going to like Cabin in the Woods, and it's my second favorite horror movie of the entire decade. So I would say Cabin in the Woods. That one surprised me the most, man.
Those are some good choices. Yeah. Cabin in the Woods, I do agree with. That's actually a pretty solid movie. If you ask me, I'm surprised they didn't make sequels to it because I would have been,
I would
interested
have
in seeing
loved to see that, man. I would have loved to have
maybe
seen.
like,
I think the movie
you
did
know,
well in the box office, right?
yeah. I mean, it did pretty good. It's just the reviews weren't the greatest on it, so I don't think that it was gonna make any more. Plus, your first movie had an ending where a giant fucking god hand came out of the earth and slammed into the camera. So I don't know how you're gonna make a sequel to that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's true. But I
That
don't
was
know.
great.
I definitely dug it, and I remember going into the theater being like, eh. But when I walked out, I was like, God damn, like that was a solid fucking film. So I give two thumbs up for that one.
I'm curious though because I haven't seen Midsummer, but would you say that even a person, because I ended up liking Hereditary, do you think I like Midsummer, or do you think it's worse? Like, was it the same kind of movie, or is it
I
worse?
thought Midsummer was better than Hereditary. I thought
Oh shit!
Midsummer, Yeah, I thought Hereditary sucked. Like I didn't I don't have, the only positive I have for that movie is Toni Collette. I think other than Toni Collette, that movie is in the running for the worst of the fucking decade. I don't get at all the hype for it, but I respect that you like it. I thought that movie fucking sucked dick personally. But just being a little blunt here, yeah, I didn't like that. But Midsummer, it had potential. It looked gorgeous. It really, I think that's the movies that surprise me more, the ones that have potential and then they're so bad. I think those are the movies that irk me more. Like Darling, the movie Darling I told you about, the Mickey Keating film. I thought that was going to be fucking amazing, and I was stunned to see how fucking poor it was made, man. Just a surprising letdown for me. There's been a lot of surprising letdowns of Babadook, another one, but Babadook is miles better than both those movies, even though I don't like it. But yeah, man, do I think you'll like Midsummer? Honestly, yes. That's my prediction. I'll say I think you'll like it. Darren, one I was surprised with that was so good was Extremely Wicked, Shocking, Evil, and Vile. I thought I have to see that, Darren. We usually agree, so I would totally watch that. I don't know. I didn't even give it a chance. Love him laughing at him in the Twilight Zone host role because he's trying too serious. Dude, yeah. I couldn't agree more, man. Junebug and me hate fucking Jordan Peele.
We got hands up in here.
Yeah, I know. Jesus Christ. It sounds like me and him could write a fucking book about how much we hate him. I thought it was going to be worse than AVP.
So
Man,
that's a
really?
pretty.
Yeah, it's amazing to me. I gotta check that out now. Terminator Dark Fate. To me, this was first two Terminators or Sarah's story. Wow. I didn't bother with it, to be honest with you, so I couldn't
Yeah,
tell
me
you.
either. I did not see that.
PC women crap in it. Oh boy. See, you lost me there. You can call me Thai Junebug Films. It's just business. Okay, Thai Junebug Films.
I agree, Darren. I really love the Child's Play remake.
I would agree with that too, actually. That could be definitely on my. I didn't think I'd like it at all, and I thought at the end of the day that was a really good movie. Yeah, I like the new Child's Play. Totally agree.
It really surprised the hell out of me.
Does YouTube's let their egos get to them? Sometimes, definitely.
Yeah,
I don't. At the end of the day, it is what it is. Like I think some people are just fucking like once they get all that stuff, they're just like, oh my god, I'm overwhelmed. And they think they're like a lot cool. I don't know, man. Just stay humble and stay
yeah,
proud and stay yourself. Like you look at guys that even have a lot of subs, like Rambo, like he has a lot of subs, but he's not an ass. He's always honest, and he's not an ass kisser, and he's always giving his honest to God opinion. I really respect him for that, man. I love Rambo Rat for life. I think he's
and
the guy to
after
have.
gotten all that stuff, he'll still reply to you. He'll still talk to you. He won't shun you away. And that's why there are certain things being said about him right now, which I don't understand and get. I've never experienced anything like that before from him, but I really think he's a great person. Yeah.
I like him. Always have, always will. I think Rambo's awesome.
Yeah. Did I answer your question, or did I?
Whose question were we on?
Um,
You asked me. I asked you the most surprising, and then you threw it back at me. So I guess it's your turn if you have
all right.
another question.
Let me look on the list.
Ooh,
The
did I just make
list.
the list? Y2J style.
Well, you kind of. I don't know if you answered this yet already, but what's the worst horror film of the decade for you?
Elm Street remake would definitely be my number one. Hereditary's up there. And Blair Witch 2016 is up there, and Jeepers Creepers 3. Those four are the shittiest I saw all this decade. Those are definitely the ones that come to my mind first. And yeah,
He put Hereditary up there with Jeepers Creepers 3 and Elm Street.
Oh,
Hey.
it's that bad. I thought that movie was a piece of shit. I don't. I mean, I don't know. Did not like that one at all. But it says a lot that there are movies that came out that I put ahead of it. That's what I don't know. It just was a complete disconnect for me. It just wasn't my cup of tea at the end of the day.
Yeah,
Maybe it
it's
isn't that
a
bad.
very mixed movie. It's a very mixed movie. It's not a movie for everybody, dude. I will admit that. I watched it. I was like, what the fuck did I just see? Like, you know?
I will say Nate's review of it on this channel, the Hardboy channel, it's the best review of it I've seen because he wasn't a fucking mark about it. Like he liked the film, but he wasn't like, oh, and this captivated me, and I loved it to that. Like, no, like shut up, you marks. Like Jesus Christ. Oh,
Uh,
it was so fucking shut up. It wasn't that fun. I'm sorry. I don't
I
know.
only kiss movies ass when it deserves it. You know, if it's a good movie, just general good movie, I'll just say it. You know, I don't care if it's well, it was the most popular movie of that year. I don't. It's if it's good, it's good. You know, I'll kiss its ass if I need to, but I just didn't feel like I needed to with that movie.
You kiss ass, I kick ass. Where's Dolph Lundgren at?
Oh my god. Oh man, Lucio
Love me some.
Fulci should have directed a Friday the 13th movie back in the day. Can you imagine him making a? That'd be the most confusing Jason movie of all time.
Oh my god, do you imagine,
The
dude? That
gates
would
of hell
be
opened and a giant shrine came out with a hockey mask on, and you know people getting their eyes gouged out.
dude, that would actually be really cool.
I love Fulci, but that, dude, if he made a Jason movie, it'd be like, whoa. Yeah, it pretty much sums it up right there.
Yes, yes, it's dog shit. If you can put a little dog emoji too with the shit steaming coming out of the dog, that's what I think of Hereditary, but a steaming pile of cow dung. Do you have any oh god, I forgot what I was gonna ask. I'm all right. My mind's a blank, Nate. I'm sorry.
It's fine. Um, what was your thoughts on some of the home invasion movies that came out through this year, like through this decade? I mean, we had Hush, You're Next, The Strangers, two. I'm pretty sure I'm missing one or two or three or four.
Yeah, I'm sure there are plenty of them. I guess most people would say Your Next was their favorite. I didn't really like Your Next. I thought it was a little bit overrated. Um, would you consider The Strangers Pray at Night a home invasion movie?
mm,
The first one definitely is.
I don't know about that because now that I think about, it, they're spending a lot of time outdoors. It's much
Yeah,
more
that's true.
space
Like it
movie. You know?
starts as a home invasion movie, but then I like that one for any consolation for anybody. I like that more than the first Strangers. I know
Me
people
too.
love the first Strangers. I don't know. I like Strangers 2 better. I thought it
You
was
know,
a
people
cool
hate that movie, like despise it. I'm like,
because
what?
it's a slasher movie. They don't fucking get it, dude. I don't know, man.
I
That
really. Oh, you talking about the Fanatic? Did you see the Fanatic yet?
John Travolta?
Yeah, the Fanatic with John
Oh,
Travolta.
Darren, what's your thought? Oh my God, Darren, did you see that movie? Holy shit, man! It's classically bad. Like it's oh my God, Fred Durst directed that. Fucking lead singer of Limp Bizkit could only direct that movie and bring. Oh my gosh, man, I thoroughly enjoyed how bad it was, and Devin Sawa trying to fucking
Oh God.
dude, yeah, it's classically bad. It's like Troll 2 level bad. It's a lot of fun how bad it is. It's entertainingly bad. I had fun with it. I mentioned Hellfest. I
Oh
liked
yeah,
Hellfest.
that's
I wish
amazing.
Hellfest had made more money.
I really enjoyed Hellfest.
Ah,
He
Devin
got your.
heard me.
um, have you seen a movie called Frankenstein's Army? Because it got a lot
I
of
have
hype when it
not.
came out.
I
Dude,
have
don't
not.
watch it. It got a lot of hype when it came out, and I seen it. It was disappointing. Oh yeah, what about found footage movies? You like those movies that came out this past decade? Been a
I'm
lot of.
trying to think of some. I was still thinking of the home invasion. I liked Hush. I know you didn't, but I enjoyed Hush. I thought that was a fun home invasion one. I'm trying to think of more home invasions and then found footage, man. Unfriended stunk. I didn't like that. Haunted fucking Skype chat. That's what they decided. Nate,
Yeah.
our stream is haunted.
Oh my
We
God, guys, help us!
we bullied somebody. I'm gonna stick my hand in a fucking blender. That happens. I shit you not, that happens. This fat fuck decides, oh, I haunted this girl. Let me fucking stick my hand in a blender and he dies. That's a death scene in a horror film. The guy sticks his fat fucking tubby sausage hand in a blender. I'm not even kidding. That's
You know they made a
happened.
sequel to that, right?
He
The
was
Dark
paid
Web.
to do that. Dude, my friend told me that the sequel was actually really good because it has nothing to do with the first one. And I was like, that makes
Yeah.
fucking sense.
The sequel looks surprisingly like. I was like, why have they never made a movie about that subject before? But now they're finally making it. So
Heard nothing but good about the
Yeah,
sequel.
me too. I want to see it one day. What about As Above, So Below? I really enjoyed that movie. That's a great one.
As Above, So Below. I
Then,
really like that. That would
yeah.
probably be my favorite found footage movie of the decade. I
Oh shit.
really had fun with that one. Didn't I think the same director that made the movie Devil with the people in the elevator, and it
Hmm.
was like one of them was the devil. I really liked that.
I don't remember hating that movie either for some reason. I don't remember hating it. People
I
do.
liked it. Yeah, it was fun. It was definitely it felt like a really long Twilight Zone episode.
Yeah, I seen. If you want to see a shitty version of that movie, there's a movie called Circle, and the whole movie is about these people that have been like, I guess, abducted, and they're around this like red circle on the floor, and the whole movie is them in this circle. It's like an hour and 26 minutes of them just getting killed off one by one. They got to figure out how they're gonna survive. Like that shit was boring. It's pretty much like that. And of course, there's that one called Nine Dead, which is like the same thing. People in this room for the entire movie getting killed off one by one. But
Oh
Nine Dead is
my
actually good.
God, Nine Dead. I saw that. That was like the Saw. It was a tenth of a Saw film. Which that was a shitty movie too.
Well, it wasn't like it was great, but I thought it was meh.
Melissa
But
Joan Hart in it.
yeah, that shit. Plus, you already knew it was gonna happen. You already knew. The poster gave it away. But as far as found footage movies, Tunnel I think came out in 2010. I think that was good. Um, Paranormal Activity 1 I like, but the rest of them suck, except for the marked ones. The marked ones is actually a surprising movie. I actually really did think it was decent for what it was. Uh, I get it; it's low budget, it's straight to video, but I thought it was for what it was. I didn't mind it. I thought it was a decent film. I can't think of any other ones. Frankenstein's Army I can think of. It was pretty bad. Did you see? Wasn't Chernobyl Diaries found footage, or was it just shot like found
I
footage?
did see Chernobyl Diaries. Chernobyl Diaries is pretty bad. Um, Man, wow, there's so many, but they're not coming to my brain. That's how memorable they are.
Zombie
Um,
Diaries. Have you seen that?
I couldn't get through the zombie die. I turned it off.
Yeah, those are pretty bad. Um, shit. There was a
You
lot of.
got people asking in the comments. I know you saw this movie. I didn't see it. Banana Splits. Do you see that?
Yeah, that's an underrated movie. People hate it a lot. I don't get it. It was
I
like
wanted to see
literally,
it.
yeah. When it came out, it was the most hated horror film at that time. Like when it came out, everybody crapped on it. And I was watching reviews for it, and I'm like, you guys are taking this movie way too serious. This is about banana splits killing people, and you're like over here, well, it's not the same as the cartoon, or not the cartoon, but the show. I'm like, the show is a G-rated kids show. And they're like, well, I would rather watch the show than the movie. I'm like, the movie is a rated R, gory, bloody slasher film, and the TV show is a G-rated kids show. And they're saying they would rather watch the show. To each their own, but I would much rather seeing them chop people to pieces than, you know. I think what they need to do though is to make a sequel, which they're not because of the critics and stuff. But if they made a sequel, just increase the gore, increase the nudity, and make it batshit crazy. And I think you'd have a fantastic horror film.
I totally agree with you, man. See, we have the same mentality on stuff like that. I got to see that one. I definitely really want to check it out.
Mm.
I've never seen any of the Jeepers Creepers movies. The director's not going to get my dime. Yeah, that's a fair statement.
Fuck with your style with it.
The first two
Fuck.
movies are actually really good, but I know what he means. It's he's a disgusting person. Unfriended is terrible. I agree.
But looks way better.
Yeah, Unfriended was a piece of shit. I didn't see Evidence. Did you see Evidence, Nate?
No, I never have. Never
Never
have.
heard of it actually. Darren, thank you. Darren always gives me good ones to watch.
Yeah, the cast wasn't the greatest, but and that's the most common problems with those movies is that they got a bad cast. Like a Ouija board.
Ouija.
Oh fuck Ouija.
I thought Halloween 2018 was very disappointing too. The more I think about it, the more I don't like it.
I agree.
I don't know anything about Five Nights at Freddy's, but I'm sure he's right. I just never seen that. Growing on you. Okay, that's cool. I honestly, you'll laugh this, Nate and Darren. I have not had the desire to fucking rewatch that movie. I saw it the opening night in the theater, and I'm just like, every time I think about it, I'm like, I don't want to watch that. Like, I'd rather watch fucking. Uh, I rewatched Rob Zombie's Halloween before I rewatched this, so I don't know.
Shit. Yeah, I seen it like because I bought it on DVD for like $5 the other day. That's the only time I had seen it and rewatched it again. The Babysitter. Have you seen that yet on Netflix?
Had a lot of fun with The Babysitter. I know that was one of Don's favorite movies of this decade. Really fun. It's like this kid and the babysitter is taking care of him, and like one night, like all shit hits the fan. And I thought it was a lot of fun, man. You had some good-looking women in it. You had a horror movie with that actually exploits sex appeal, which I really liked. You have Bella Thorne running around like a whore, and then you have Samara Weaving running around in like bikinis and stuff. So I thought that was an awesome take on a horror movie, like fun little slasher type movie. I really like The Babysitter. Um, do you think I could work to have the promiscuous girl be the lead in Friday the 13th movie, and you're well aware she's the promiscuous girl?
I mean, it'd be
Um,
interesting.
what do you think, Nate?
It'd be interesting. I mean, I like the whole final girl being the strong, quiet lead, but like if she's really like that, but then she becomes badass, then I can buy that. But I don't know. I would just stick with the original formula,
I
personally.
I I would I'll tell you what, Ty Junebug, I would this is how I would switch up the slasher genre, and I think this might it would either work or fail miserably, but you know, I don't have the money to do so, so we'll never find out. I would personally try to make it a group of guys, like a group of buddies out for the weekend, just all dude, just a sausage fest, if you will, right? And you got a female killer picking them off one by one, and it's a final guy doing like fighting her back, and like you could have, oh my god, imagine the lines you could have, you know, like uh all the great slasher final girl lines. You could have it switch the sexes and be like, have a guy be like, you're a crazy bitch. Like, I would love that, man. Like, I think that would be a really cool dynamic to switch it up, you know, a bunch of dudes just going out for a cool weekend, girl, chick picking them off one by one. And you got a final guy. I think that would be something different. But yeah, man, I don't know. I would be cool with the promiscuous girl. You know, it'd be definitely be worth a watch, I think.
Yeah,
Uh, After I watched Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, I went to church and ducked my face with my eyes into. Yeah. Yeah, man. Um, is that what the white horse means to you, Devin? Is that what it symbolizes? Better Watch Out, another Christmas one from Australia. I really liked Better Watch Out. I have the Blu-ray somewhere. Really liked that movie. I thought that
dang,
was
never
an
seen that
awesome.
either. What is that one called Holidays? Newer horror film called Holidays. Has anybody seen it yet? I've been seeing it all over Netflix.
I didn't see that one. Somebody asking about Terrifier, which I really liked. That was a great
Oh,
slasher film.
I love Terrifier. That's great.
Gore galore, really good direction, really good acting. See, that's funny. Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen Terrifier, I'm going to spoil something. There's a girl in it where you think she's going to be the final girl, and then she's not. I almost wish they didn't go that. I wish she would have just been the final girl. I think that would have been really a
She
lot
was the good
better.
final girl.
Yeah,
I think
like
she's much more better. She's much more fleshed out than the other girl was.
yes, 100% agree. I thought that was I was kind of let down. I was like, damn, like I wish, you know.
You know, I never thought about a horror film though, and I was watching that movie, and you know how the movie begins with the girl who's all deformed, right?
Yeah.
You know how it begins. I was like, oh, I don't know why I thought this, but I was like, oh, so he doesn't kill them, he like deforms them. That's a fucking crazy idea. And I'm like, why have they never done that yet? Make a movie about a guy who doesn't kill you, he deforms you, he fucks your face up and leaves you there. It's like that's a dark ass idea. Like I'm surprised
You
they never done
remember?
it before.
Do you remember the movie called The Final? That movie had that idea.
The final. No, I haven't seen that one yet.
It was it's basically like these kids are getting bullied, and they have to live with being bullied, and then they pretty much get revenge by deforming the bullies' faces and shit. It
Oh
was
shit!
awesome. Awesome idea. If you like that idea, Nate, watch that movie. You'll love it because it's
All
dark.
right,
It's
that's
very
cool.
dark. You'll dig it.
Yeah, I haven't seen that yet, but that sounds interesting, man.
Totally. I highly recommend it, man.
I recommend a movie called Pontypool. Have you seen that?
Love Pontypool.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
great one.
I had that somewhere too. I love that. That's a great movie, man.
I gotta see more Netflix horror films. I watched one the other day called The House of the Witch. It sucks, guys. Don't watch it. It's a TV-14 horror film, and
I don't have Netflix, so most of the
it was
stuff I
bad.
don't see it.
Had like a I don't know if anybody out there has seen that Logic music video, that hotline, that suicide hotline video. The lead kid from that music video is in that, and I was like, all right, cool, he's getting an acting job, but it was just a bad movie. He was the only good thing about it. Everything else in that movie sucked. But don't watch it, guys. It's just disappointing. It's like an hour and 30 minutes, but it felt like 2 hours and 3 minutes, like, some shit like that.
You know it's horseshit when Nate shits on it, because Nate's the most positive, friendly motherfucker of all time. And like, holy shit, man. I will never watch it, Nate. Don't worry.
Yeah, I recommend you don't. Well, I almost said I recommend you. No, I recommend that you don't. It's called idea of fleshing someone out is making the characters get naked. Yeah, that's true. Literal fleshing. It's incredibly uncomfortable.
That's a good
It'd be
idea.
different. It'd be different. Yeah, it'd be different.
Friday
I
the 13th goes summer. What movie was? Oh, it's called The Final, Devin. It's came out in 2010. Awesome little After Dark Horror Fest film. I think anybody that likes that revenge aspect would love The Final. I think it's a good one.
What's up, Rewind? How you doing, man? A good friend of mine. Always come to the streams. Welcome. Oh, fuck that movie. Fuck that movie. Did you see this movie, John?
Couldn't get through it.
Fucking horrible, dude. I hate
Watched
it.
half hour of it and gave up.
Dude, all the Alien movies are shit after part 2. Like, literally. I've seen...
They really are.
And I'm like... I can, be lenient with Prometheus and Resurrection, but to be honest, if I look at it, after part 2, the series went down to shit. And, dude, Covenant was just such a bad movie. And I'm glad you didn't see the rest of the movie, because you probably would have been pissed, because it pissed me off. I was like, really? Really? So they're going to explain all that and do all this shit? It was fucking horrible. Hated that movie.
Yeah, I'm not about that one either. I'm with you, man.
And I gave Resurrection praise. Like, not praise, but I gave it more praise than anybody on the internet would ever do. So
I kind of just like the original Alien. Even Aliens. It's a good sequel, but like I watch Alien. That's the one I watch when I want to watch one of those movies.
Do you believe it or not? I've only seen Aliens one time. I've never seen it again.
I honestly don't rewatch it that much either.
I don't know why. Should be a movie I religiously watch, but it's just a movie that I think it's just so drastically different than the original movie. Just going to that franchise, I automatically put the first movie because, the horror aspect of it.
I'm the same way. Aliens is more of a sci-fi action movie. The original movie is a horror movie. I think that's what we're horror fans. So,
yeah.
That doesn't mean I don't like action movies. I love action sci-fi movies, but if I'm reaching for a horror franchise and I'm reaching for that particular franchise, Alien's the way to go for me.
Ridley is saying this. Now, do you agree with this comment, John?
I think it's a harmless movie.
I think the same. I actually do enjoy the.
I don't hate it. I wasn't expecting fucking Alien 1 or Predator 1 when I saw it. I think that's why people just fucking lose their shit over it. I don't know, man. I think it's a harmless movie. I don't hate it. Alien Covenant made me never want to see an Alien movie again. Hey, me too. We should start a club. What do you guys think of the It movies? You want to take that one first?
The original It, really enjoy. I really enjoyed the Chapter 1 remake. Personally, I think it's better than the original, but I know I'm in the minority there. And I didn't see Chapter. I fucking ripped off the entire market. Oh fuck!
Woo!
I didn't see Chapter 2 yet. John, take it away.
Do I have to say anything? Holy shit. I love the original. I think Tim Curry was fantastic. I think he was just a tremendous actor in the movie. I think all the fucking children actors are great. Jonathan Brandis, may he rest in peace. Ben, the actor plays Ben. John Ritter. I love the original It. even the second part, maybe not the ending, but the second part I like. The It 2017 movie, I didn't fucking like. Nate's crying over there. I did not like It 2017. Thought it was a 5 out of 10 at best. And then this last one, holy fucking shit. 3 fucking hours of fucking, we have to go back to the town. It's time. It's time. It's as long as the original miniseries, and it's only one part of it. Oh my god, it fucking
It's the worst
stinks.
part too. That's the worst part. Everybody agrees the worst part is the adults.
Oh my god, because it only works when they're kids. It doesn't work when they're fucking adults, unless you combine them like the original miniseries does. But no, it's fucking drawn out. It's fucking. I don't like the guy who plays the clown either, man. I don't know. I don't like either of the new It movies. I don't like them at all. I think the director stinks too. Andy Marchetti, you stink. Stop. He has too much usage of CGI. Andy, you suck. Get a new fucking profession. Prometheus, I never saw. I never saw Prometheus, so I
I
can't
like
say.
Prometheus. I really enjoyed Prometheus. It's not as good as it's not as good as Alien, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed how it's like trying to be its own thing. I think the only problem with the movie is that it's tying into the original Alien. Like, if you didn't make it an Alien movie, I would be fine with it. Like, it'd be an okay horror, sci-fi movie. Which I know there's one with I think Ryan Reynolds in it called Life, which I want to see. I've never seen it before, but I heard about it. But Prometheus,
I saw that.
Was it good?
Honestly, no. It was just a fucking bad remake of Alien. It was retarded. Like, it just didn't. I was like, what the hell? What is the point of this? Like, just call it Alien. Why? I don't know. I didn't like that movie either.
Dude, I will be honest though, Prometheus, it's a little similar to Alien, but not all the way. It's definitely a different kind of movie.
No, I don't want to see any more Evil Dead stuff. I'm good with Evil Dead. I love the
Yeah,
original.
because then you're gonna convolute everything, and then there's a sequel, then there's a remake out of nowhere. Like, yeah, I don't know about Evil Dead. Fuck AVPR. That's a piece of shit right there. John, did you see
Yeah,
that movie?
AVPR is not. I saw it once. I don't remember a thing about it. So yeah, I'm kind of with you, man.
That movie. Oh shit. Alaskan Super freaking hates it movies.
I don't blame him. He's a smart man.
We got a lot of stuff here. Didn't like a chapter 1 is chapter 2. Oh, didn't like it chapter 1. It chapter 2 was 3 hours of my life I'll never get back.
Me too, Devin. We should all start a club, guys. This is great.
Except me, I'll be on the outside, like, yeah, you guys have fun in there.
Nate, you would be the club leader. Are you kidding
I'm the
me?
fucking back of Chandler, like, here you go. Here you go.
You'd be the guy who slides food under the door for us.
Yeah.
Like, hey, Grande, I got you I got your fat ass some pizza. Thanks, Nate.
It's a cool club. Wish I could be a part of it. Are you talking shit? The new movie with Pennywise. Shit. Or remember Ride for Life called it shit. Yeah. Not had the desire to see the last 2 It films. Love the original though.
Darren's the smartest person here because I wish I didn't see them.
Oh man. What is your favorite 2018 or 2019 horror film?
2018, I have a weird favorite. I love the Suspiria remake. I thought that was a great
shit.
fucking. Yeah, a lot of people think I'm crazy, but and I love the original. Don't think I'm one of those people like the original stinks. It's all about the remake. No, I love the original more. It's a lot better, but the remake was very well done fucking movie. I thought the director did a great job of making it bland colors and bleak look to the film. Dakota Johnson does a great job. Tilda Swinton does a great job. It pays homage, but at the same time, it's its own movie. And overall, I thought it was a very scary movie in a lot of ways. I thought it was fantastic. I love that. And this year, 2019, The Lighthouse. That was the best horror movie I saw this entire year. How about you, though?
Oh, 2018. I'm not even really too familiar with 2018 horror films. Hereditary comes to mind, but
Isn't
I'm
that sad that you're not
quick.
fucking familiar with it and it's just happened a year ago? Like ask you about 1980, I bet you can name like 100 movies, and then it's
Yeah.
like I don't know. Isn't it sad?
Um, I'm alone in this, but I really enjoyed the first Purge a lot, like a lot. Really enjoyed that. So 2018 is the first Purge. Loved it a lot. I know
Yeah.
Malone. Hell, I love the first Purge, like the first Purge, not the first Purge movie, but the first Purge.
The first.
It's complicated. It's complicated, but the first Purge movie I enjoy as well. So I'm in the minority with everything, but first Purge with that, and then 2019 is a rough one because I'm gonna go Child's Play. Really love Child's Play a lot.
Nice.
I'm saying
Isn't that
Child's Play.
crazy? Mine was a remake in 2018. You picked the remake 2019. Isn't that insane?
Yeah, man.
You never think that in a million years, but I don't know. Just being
Oh,
honest.
shit. I have one more question I forgot to get to. What's your thoughts on the remakes and reboots of the decade?
Most of them are really bad, but every now and again you get a good one. I thought Elm Street's the worst. I thought the Carrie one was bad. I thought the oh god, the Evil Dead one was fine. You definitely had some gore in there, so I can live with that one. I'm trying to think of all of them. I'm sorry, they're flooding in. Um, which ones am I missing, Nate? The Thing. I thought that was terrible. Uh, man, what remakes am I missing? I like Child's Play. I like Suspiria.
Poltergeist.
Black Christmas. Black Christmas came out today. I'll never see it. I promise. I'll never see it unless
The classic Poltergeist.
terrible. Poltergeist was terrible. Yeah.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Nightmare on Elm Street's the worst for me. Yeah, they were mostly bad, but occasional good ones. Suspiria and Child's Play, I'd say, were two exceptions. I like both those movies.
Yeah.
But
Shit,
how about you, man? What are your thoughts on the remakes?
As far as remakes go, I mean, I just don't want to see anymore. I'm burned out on them. Child's Play, and I get it why we have remakes, and I get why remakes are important, but there are certain remakes that came out this decade that I don't understand, like the Cabin Fever remake. Why would you remake Cabin Fever? It was barely even a decade old at that point. Well, it's over a decade, but still, it's not even that old, and you're doing the same exact thing of the original movie, only making a serious film. And I heard it bombed, and it didn't do good, so that's why I didn't see it yet, but I did review the original Cabin Fever trilogy, so I'll see it one day. But Cabin Fever I didn't get. Why? Poltergeist? Why? Nightmare on Elm Street? Why? Why do these movies? They're not gonna beat the originals.
You got to cue Keenan. Why?
Why the fuck?
Why?
Why are you screaming? I haven't even cut you yet. Like that really,
I'm screaming because you stink, Jackie Earl Haley. That's why I'm screaming.
That's fucking hilarious.
The Pet Cemetery remake. Somebody mentioned.
Pet Cemetery. I didn't see it yet. I didn't see it
yet either. I had no interest.
I didn't want to. I don't want to waste
Neither
my time.
did I.
You know, sad
Darren says disagrees with Suspiria. Okay, that's cool. That's cool, man.
I like Suspiria the original, so one day I gotta see that remake.
It's very unlike the original. It's. I think that's what threw me. I thought it was going to be a carbon copy, and I got a movie that's completely fucking different. It focuses a lot on the dancing, where that was just kind of like, what she was doing in the original. It wasn't like a big part of the plot. It wasn't like, oh, well, that's the thing. The original Suspiria, it's not really a plot movie. It's just Argento being the master that he is, man, because he's arguably the best horror director ever, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. I wanted to see it though.
Definitely do. I'd like to hear your thoughts. After seeing Chucky, I've never seen any Chucky movies. Yeah, Seed of Chucky is a piece of shit. I agree. But I will say Curse of Chucky, and I thought the Child's Play remake was really good.
What's this?
That's the way we're going to have remake of a remake of a remake and so on. Well, yeah, Black Christmas is there. It's 2 remakes of it. And, some people don't like the 06 one. I think it's like, it's watchable.
Oh, yeah. Silent Night.
Oh
I forgot
yeah.
about Silent Night.
What do you think of that one?
I never seen it. Is it good? I didn't see
I
any of
thought
it.
it was good looking film, but overall, I don't know, it just didn't it lacked the charm of the original two. Like to me, it's all about Eric Freeman and um the first movie. I like the first two the best. But in comparison to like Silent Night, Deadly Night 3 and Silent Night, Deadly Night 4, like it's a masterpiece. It's a watchable movie. I didn't hate it or anything. I thought it was solid, like 6,
The
7 out of
Toy
10.
Maker.
The toy, oh, the one with Mickey Rooney. Oh my god, I love that movie. It's so fucking batshit, man.
I need to see those movies. I haven't seen the sequels. I've only seen the original movie. So
See Silent Night 5. Silent Night Deadly Night 5 and Silent Night Deadly Night Part 2 are fucking fun.
oh, Darren says the remake was solid.
Yeah,
I
it
haven't seen
was.
it
It
though.
really was. In comparison to most remakes, it was a solid remake. It just I don't know if I'd put it over the first two. That's all I'm saying. Like it would
The
definitely.
Carrie remake was just a dull, boring ass movie. It was just dull, boring. Didn't care for anybody. Even the
Nate's frozen. Um, it looks like he's coming out of it.
I love that actress that played Carrie. It's just
Oh shit.
nobody.
I hear you. I hear you. You're a little frozen here. Oh, okay. You're good now. Like I think he's gonna be the next. I hear you. I hear you. You're a little frozen here. Oh, okay. You're good now. Like I think he's gonna be the next. I hear you.
You hear me?
I hear you. Can you hear me, Nate? Frozen here. Oh, okay. You're good now. Like I think.
Oh shit! I'm back.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
All right. Sorry, guys. I will never let it go. Never let it go. Time. No. Shit. What we talking about? I think
The
Silent
Carrie
Night
remake.
Carrie remake. Yeah, not that. The Carrie remake was just a boring, dull movie, and it just
The
had
Carrie
CGI.
remake didn't work. The Carrie remake didn't work because of Chloe Grace Moretz. She's too beautiful to play that role. Like Angela Bettis was a good choice in the TV version of Carrie, like because she's born to play the weird chick. Chloe Grace Moretz, it was just Chloe Grace Moretz should have played the bully. I thought. I think you could have got a better actress, but yeah, I didn't like the Carrie 2013 movie at all. That was a piece of shit, to be honest with you.
I'll be honest. Carrie 2 was better than that. I like
I
Carrie
like
2
Carrie
more.
too.
I
I may
wouldn't
be a
say I
Dudley
love
fan.
Carrie 2, but Carrie 2 was better than the remake because it was at
Carrie
least had
2
some.
was like an American Pie version of Carrie, but I
Dude, it
like
was such a weird movie.
yeah. But for some reason I
Why is
like
it
it.
called Carrie 2? Carrie 2? You just call it The Rage. It would be its own movie, you know?
The Rage.
I don't know.
I
Thanks for
enjoyed it.
watching it.
Sure you
Um,
did.
shit, I don't know what else to talk about, man. We discussed so much.
We got a couple more
Um,
questions.
Oh yeah, okay. From the chat.
Yeah. Devin
Right.
asked us about Stranger Things. I've actually only watched 3 episodes of it and I didn't like it either.
I watched one episode and I got bored. Turned it off. Never watched it again.
Wow. 3 people
Yeah.
that don't like that show. The internet's gonna
Well,
explode.
I don't think Matt likes it either. So that's interesting.
Talent Dread Sundown remake.
I
Darren, to
liked
be
it.
honest with you, I saw it. I don't really remember much about. I'd have to rewatch it. I don't. I couldn't even answer. I don't remember what I thought of it. To be honest with you, I
I
like
don't
the
blame you
original.
on that, John, because I had to rewatch it myself.
Yeah, I don't know. It
I had to
wasn't
rewatch it
bad.
too.
I don't remember disliking it. I remember thinking that it was a weird,
I like
like
it.
it wasn't a standard film. Like wasn't it like documentary? Kind of or mockumentary. Like I don't. I thought my memory's
It
failing
was
me. I'm
trying to
sorry, but
be
I
a
will give it a
weird
rewatch.
combo mishmash.
Yeah, it wasn't like a standard thing, but I'll definitely give it a rewatch.
Sorry if I'm cutting you off. My thing is like
Ridley
delayed
hates
a little bit.
You're not cutting me off. I actually cut you off. I feel bad. Sorry.
No, no, you're fine. I thought it was just the glitch thing's glitch right now.
No, you're fine. Held up good. I hate Stranger Things. Pray Ridley. So many people who don't like Stranger Things, man. I thought this wouldn't be. Most people worship the show. Yeah, I don't know. I get people really, really worship that show. I don't know. I'm just not one of them. Belko experiment, I didn't bother with. I thought it looked stupid personally, but I don't
I
know.
didn't
What do you
watch
think?
it. I didn't see it. Um, did you see? Well, of course you've seen. Did you even see the first Human Centipede? The first one?
I have seen the first Human Centipede. Yes,
Yeah. That. Do you hate it like everybody else does?
I don't hate it. No, I thought okay. It was almost like to me, it felt like it fit in perfectly, like Video Nasties, like that era of. It feels like a Video Nasty to me.
Mm.
And I thought that for the most part, it was a very watchable, entertaining movie. And I know people they get really angry when you talk about that movie, but
Mhm.
like, I don't know, like, I don't think it was horrible. I don't think it was bad. I thought it was kind of an entertaining movie. Not one that I go back and
Yeah.
rewatch, but one that I definitely had a fun time with. I thought it was a cool little movie. And then I always really wanted to see part two. I remember when they were screening it at midnight in New York City, and I really wanted to check that out, but I've still not seen it. But I know you're a fan, aren't you?
Yeah, I never got why that got such hate. I mean, I actually ended up thinking The Human Centipede was a pretty good horror film, like a horror film. Suspense was there. I thought the effects were pretty brutal. The lead actor was creepy. That guy was creepy. He did a great job playing a villain in the movie. He did a great job. Yeah, never got it. Never
Me
got the
neither. I liked it. I thought it was a good movie. I've never
some
seen Summer of '84.
me either. Have you seen American Horror Story 84 yet?
No,
You would.
I
You
don't
love
like
horror
any
movies.
American Horror Story.
Oh shit! Yeah, you gotta be into it, man. It's another one of those things. Unfriended.
Oh, we already. I took a big shit on Unfriended, and I stuck my hand in a blender.
He he hates Unfriended. Me, I haven't seen it in a while. I have to watch it again. Last time I seen it, I thought it was decent, but I haven't seen it in a long time. Seen it in
I
the
thought it was.
theaters actually.
I saw it in theater too. I thought it was a good idea, but I don't know, man. Like overall, I thought it was kind of like I don't know. Do you guys know anybody who follows the crowd? My brother's one of them. Oh, of course. I mean, that's most people, but
A lot of people.
I don't know. I'm all into what I would like, and oh, speaking of shit I would like, there you go. John would love Summer of. Thank you. I'll give it a watch, Darren. I've heard nothing but good, but I just haven't had a chance to check it out. I don't know. Is it on Netflix? I don't have Netflix, and maybe that's why I haven't seen it.
I think
But
it is.
I would definitely check it out.
So is
Um,
Holidays, and so is Tales of Halloween, which I want to see as well. I haven't seen though,
yeah.
but did you hear about it?
Yeah. So I figure maybe we'll end this with like one more question. I don't have anything written down. This is going to be kind of an off the cuff question. But overall, what do you think of this decade as a whole? Like what would you give it as a grade? Let's do letter grades here. As a whole, what would you grade this particular decade of horror? And this is open to anybody who's watching, listening in the comments. Please, we'll read your grades for it. Rate this last past decade of horror movies from an A plus to an F.
You want me to go first
Yes,
or?
sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, I'm gonna be generous, and I'm gonna say I'm gonna give it a B minus. Even though I want to give it a C plus, but I'm gonna give it a B minus because I appreciate the indie horror and certain hidden gems that's come out over the years that I ended up really enjoying. Like Get Out, I really enjoyed. Your Next, the Purge movies, I ended up really enjoying. Paranormal Activity, the marked ones, I enjoyed. Um, and there, of course, are the big ones like Raw. Really enjoyed that movie. I know you're a big fan of it. Loved Raw.
Loved Raw.
I loved. I can't think of any right now. Cabin in the Woods. Big fan of Sinister. Um, so there are those horror movies I ended up really getting behind, and I don't even hate Us and Hereditary. Like those are pretty. good into me. But I'm gonna give it a B minus. Be generate and say that even though this decade has been a lot of problems, I feel like there's always room for improvement, and I feel like hopefully we can learn from this decade. If there's anything that good come out of the remakes and reboots and stuff, hopefully we can learn to be more original in the future and have more original stuff and less remakes and less copies and less reboots and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm gonna say B minus. Been a
I think
good
that's a fair
decade.
grade. I personally, I'm gonna probably go a little bit lower, but I definitely, like you said, there are a lot that I did like. Like I really did think It Follows was a great movie. I thought Cabin in the Woods was a great movie. Frozen was a great movie. The Conjuring, Insidious. I think Lighthouse, The Witch. I think you've had some really good really good movies that I would consider, they're in my collection right now. I got them as soon as they came out on Blu-ray. So that says something for you and something for this decade. But what sticks in my mind is really all of the movies that failed with this decade. Like you look at Hellraiser Revelations, you look at the Fright Night remake, the Thing pre-make, the Nightmare on Elm Street remake, the movies that I feel like so many more movies failed than succeeded. And even I would say one of my favorite independent horror movies this entire decade is a movie nobody ever mentions is The Battery. But The Battery was the best zombie movie of this decade. Nobody ever mentions it. So, and you look at the decade as a whole on television. I mean, The Walking Dead and zombies as a whole have dominated it. So it's kind of just mind-boggling to me. Like it seems like the stuff that should get praised isn't getting praised, and it isn't getting attention. Um, with that said, I think there's been a lot of reboots. I think there's been a lot of sequels, a lot of remakes. I don't know. That stuff overall, it's really going to tear down my grade. I think I'm going to come in at about I guess I'll come in at about a D plus for me. I want to say C minus, but I'm gonna go D plus because for all the good, I feel like there was like a lot more bad. I think you had like for every two good horror movies, you had like eight bad ones. So um that's kind of how I feel about it. It's a shame. I agree with you though. I hope we learn from this decade and we can move past it and hopefully we can get that next big movie that can really move us along in the genre because we have been craving it. And like you said, buddy, we've been desperate for it. And I don't know. I'm just hoping we can get there. But until then, it's going to be Black Christmas remake. It's going to be Halloween Kills,
Remember an
Halloween
remake
Ends. Yeah,
with
until
Kevin
then,
Bacon.
man, we're fucked. Until then, I'm gonna watch, stuff that I'm more interested in, and that's my
Jumanji
thing.
4, Jumanji 4, and Big Trouble in Little China starring The Rock.
Holy shit, that can't happen. Don't let that
Scream
happen. You
5,
know what old Jack Burton says? Don't fucking make it. That's what Jack Burton says.
Scream
But yeah,
5.
I'm gonna go D plus.
That's fair. I mean, yeah, the decade's been really, really rough and stuff. Would you say it was better than the earlier '90s horror stuff? Because the early '90s, from like '91 to like '95, there wasn't really anything going on. If you look at horror,
I would actually say even that decade was better. That time was better because you didn't have as many remakes or fucking reboots. Like you didn't like okay, you have Night of the Living Dead 90, but you also have movies like Peter Jackson's
that is a good.
Dead Alive. You have Child's Play 2. You had franchises that were just starting to boom. Hellraiser 3. You had it was the death of the, Freddy, Michael, Jason for then, and it was the birth of these, lesser slashers like the Leprechaun and you can shit on those movies. They're not the greatest movies, but at least they were coming out in abundance and at least they were original. I'd even say I would take the neo slasher era over what the era we're in now because at least as shitty as a movie like Valentine is, it's not a fucking it wasn't My Bloody Valentine 2009. You know what I mean? Like I'm just all for an original concept movie. If it's bad, it's bad. Like that's it's just like a joke. A joke can be original, but if it's not funny, it's bad joke. I just think we relied way too much on reboots and stuff in this era, and I think that it really bit us in the ass, man. But I think there's always some good to be found, and we mentioned some of the ones that we loved. So
Yeah,
uh, I like some movies this past decade, but I'm definitely going to say this has got to be one of the weakest decades in a long time. I mean, I even think 2000, 2010, or 2009, I guess, was way better, like miles better. Would you say so, or what do you think?
I would say that this decade, as far as the in between the crack stuff, I mean, I think that as far as the mainstream stuff goes, obviously the 90s and 2000s are better. But
I
as
agree.
far as the, you know, in between the crack stuff, the indie stuff, the smaller things, I think the smaller stuff has the 90s and 2000s beat because we can do a lot more now. I like the style of these movies now, I like the way they look, the the smaller ones. But if I gotta be honest with the mainstream stuff, yeah, it's pretty. And it's too started that whole let's remake a horror movie, let's remake a franchise, let's remake this. But at least it didn't go very far. Like it didn't go over the entire decade. This is like something that's been happening since 2010 to 2019, and it'll probably go in 2020, 21. It's like we've been getting the Wolfman remake, then we got a which I enjoyed it, but it was a gamble. Child's Play remake. It was a gamble. It really was, but I didn't liking it.
Even to this literal day, Black Christmas came out
Yeah,
today.
Black
Like
Christmas,
it's
Nightmare on Elm
insane,
Street, and the
man.
Spectrum. It's just like from boom
Yeah,
to A to B, been the same thing. Poltergeist
exactly.
remakes and
I
fucking all this shit.
I agree, man. I totally agree. And I think, like you said, though, you make a good point. In between the cracks, this decade's probably better. But mainstream, I'd agree. I think 2000 to 2009, and then 1990 to 99, that stuff was better too. I definitely agree. Did we have? I saw a lot of comments. I don't know. I'm guessing we have some grades in here, right?
Yeah, let's go up here real quick. Devin gave it a D. Fair. It's very
It's
fair.
around where I was,
Rewind gave it a B. That's cool.
around where you were.
Darren gave it a D.
Nice.
Uh, Play? Did you rate it yet? Play. What was your rating for the decade? I think Alaskan. Did Alaskan do a score yet? I don't think so. If you guys didn't, just type it up. If it is,
I
it's
think
way up here in the
Devin
chat. So
Devin gave it a D as well.
okay.
Devin, Darren gave it a D, and then Rewan gave it a B. So yeah, so you got around, D to a B. So I guess the average would be a C somewhere in there. But yeah, man, I don't know. I'm hopeful. I'm very hopeful for the future. But like, we just need that next big original horror movie to move us along, and we can't really rush that. And I hope that we can all come to agreement whenever that movie does come out that we're happy that the genre is making money ripping off this particular movie. We don't all have to like Friday the 13th. We don't all have to like Scream. We don't all have to like Saw, Paranormal Activity. But as long as we're happy that the genre is booming and making money, and people are going to the theater to have a good time, I'm all for that, man.
Yeah, man. And as long as they don't stay on it for like 10 years, then that's fine. They'll spend
Yeah,
another 10 years on another fucking movie.
dude. Yeah, man. We'll be in our fucking 30s if that happens. But you imagine
You're on YouTube like, the fuck are you guys doing?
we'll we'll, we'll be like full out gray beard.
Yeah.
You blew it.
From
You
my
blew
oh,
it.
fucking blew it. Oh shit, well they gave it an F. You gave it a fucking F. All right,
I
man.
don't blame him. I mean,
Hey,
I think it's a fair rating too.
I can't defend the fucking decade. I mean, there's been some shit that's going down that I don't agree with at all. I really don't. Too many fucking remakes and reboots and a lot of just copying. A lot of copying. Nothing really wanting to be original anymore. But I do want to say thank you so much to John for being on. This stream has been a blast, dude. You made me cry, laugh, all the emotions. Uh, it's been awesome, dude, and it's glad to have you back here on the Murphy's Mortuary, as you said.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being a part of the show, dude. It's always great having you on, and thank you so much. It's been a
Dude,
blast.
pleasure. Thank you so much for having me on, man. It's always a pleasure talking the genre with you, and it's nice to have people comment. Unlike most, Darren always comments on my videos, but other than Darren, I don't get too many comments. So it was nice to have interactive people while we discuss. This was a lot of fun, and I appreciate that. That's all the Horror Boys channel right here. ladies and gentlemen. And yeah, man, it was fun. It was a pleasure. And it's going to be interesting to see what the future for horror holds from 2020 to 2029. Holy shit, man.
The future is nigh.
The future is Wingard.
Oh no! It was me, Austin. It was me all along.
My immediate family bought into it.
I own Blumhouse. No!
Do the Arnold. No, come on, kill me.
Motherfucker, come on!
Come on, Creepshow 3.
Pussy, come on! Come on, my God! Come on, Adam!
Come on, Adam. Come on. Kill
But
me,
it's
Adam.
been fucking fun, man. It's been a blast. Yeah, just go subscribe to Grande's Graveyard. His show is amazing. He's a great person, a good friend of mine, and just a really talented YouTuber. So thank you so much for being on, man. I also want to thank all of you guys out there for watching and commenting and supporting the stream. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed. Hope you had some laughs and some joy, and we all had a lot of fun talking about horror. But yeah, go to the John Grande's channel. It's in the link below. And I'll see you guys later. Been fun, guys. Explorer of Horror is out.
Peace out, everybody. Good night.
Y'all have a good night.